Good afternoon, everybody. We are finally here. It is the grand finals day for CCSW Rainbow Six. I'm Brimstone, and I've got Sternab and Hap, of course, to my left here. It's an exciting day. I've been waiting for this for all season, but especially those 2 weeks or so that we had off between the week 9 and then coming into the playoffs yesterday, the grand finals today. How are you guys feeling, Sternab? This is it, the
Feeling good.
grand finals. This
Yeah.
is you've been a part of this the entire time. How does it feel?
Yeah, it seems weird because when we started out, it only seems like a few days ago. Honestly, the season's gone by so insanely quickly. But yeah, we are finally here, and I think with the people who were in finals, I think it was kind of expected. The season did have a few ups and downs, especially with the kind of like fourth place spot as well. Samsung had a really good run at it towards the end, but unfortunately just couldn't close it out. But I think with who's in the finals right now, I don't think it's been too much of a surprise. In fact, actually, I'm a little bit surprised given North Sea's performance over the season that they've ended up in the third place match.
Yeah. That's something we'll touch on later for sure. That surprised me as well. How about you, Hap? So happy to have you back. We had you yesterday. We have you today. We had you, I think, in week 9.
Yeah,
How does it
week
feel
nine
to be a
indeed.
part of
Yeah,
this now?
definitely great. Like I've wanted to be part from for the CCS family at least for a long time. I've mentioned that back in week 9 as well. So I'm very happy to be here today for the finals and see the end of this league, how it will wrap up, if Queens will be challenged, stuff like that.
That's
Yeah,
that's the big question
that's the
today.
big question
Is
today.
it even possible? We'll see. I mean, Spies is a very formidable team. They'll definitely give them, if anyone, a run for their money, so to say. But we're hoping for the best. Speaking of what Sternab touched on, let's give our viewers a look at the standings here and show them why we are where we are as far as playoffs go. So as you see there, our top 4 teams from the season were the teams that made it in, with Team Queen being in that first place. Spies and North Sea Gaming, identical records, identical win-loss, or sorry, not win-loss, but differential. I believe they had a plus 25, both of them coming into the season. And then Team Endpoint rounding it out for the 4th. So of course, yesterday, Team Queen did face Team Endpoint. What we'll do is we'll have a quick look at the brackets here and show you how everything shaped up from yesterday moving into today in case you weren't able to join us. So we have Team Queen. They took on Team Endpoint yesterday. It was a pretty swift victory, 2 maps to none. And that's no slight against Team Endpoint. They're a great team, but Team Queen has just been Team Queen all season long. They're undefeated. They haven't lost a single map. They've only lost a handful of rounds, to be honest, never giving up, I think, more than 4 rounds to anyone, if I'm correct there. And then we had the second semifinal match following that, and that was Spies taking on North Sea Gaming. And this was a nail biter of a match as it went to the third map. I believe it was, I'm just looking over my notes here, one moment. It was
Consulate.
Spies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Consulate. Spies took the first map 7-2, and NSG taking that second map 7-4, and then Consulate, it went the distance. It was an 8-7 nail biter of an OT, and at one point it kind of looked like this was North Sea Gaming that was going to move on closer to the end there, but Spies squeaking out the victory in a very, very hard fought match, and deservedly so. They will find themselves playing Team Queen later on for the grand final, for all the marbles. This is going to be an exciting one, but let's talk about the match at hand. This is going to be Endpoint versus North Sea Gaming for the third place match. Of course, on the Endpoint side of things, we have Midnight. We have Barbara subbing in for Lua, who unfortunately couldn't make it today. Then we have Izzy, Aztec, and Panda. Moving over to North Sea Gaming, we have Miss Marie. Then we have Lemon filling in for Ashley, Disaster, Kalisa, my apologies, and Arya. This is going to be a really good game. I think North Sea Gaming is going to be coming out looking for redemption here, as they were that second place team rivaling Team Queen all year long. I don't think they want to walk away with anything less than third. Do you have any predictions for the match, Sternab?
I think it's gonna be a pretty clean sweep from Nossi, honestly. However, without Ashley, who's kind of been one of their main kind of entry fraggers, definitely doing a lot of work on Zofia throughout the season. might be a little bit harder for them. But don't forget, we've also got a sub coming in from Endpoint as well. But it's been a long time since these two teams went up against each other. The last time it was a pretty one-sided affair during the second week, but that was a long time ago, right? That was like almost 2 months ago now. So, you know, a lot can change in that time, and a lot has changed. Endpoint, previously known as T3H back then, they have gone through a number of roster changes since then. Obviously, Canary moving to Spies as well was a big part of that. So, you know, maybe we'll see a bit of a stronger Endpoint than we did see yesterday. Obviously, you know, as you said, they have been against Queen. Queen has been completely leagues ahead right now. They've dominated the season. They went flawless throughout the season. They've ended up in the finals. I don't think anyone's surprised by the results, and I don't think anyone could slight Endpoint for not doing well against Queen.
Oh, absolutely not. And then Hap, of course, as well. Any predictions? I'll just throw this out really quickly. Barbara has, as a sub for Endpoint, done a fantastic job so far this season. She's played a handful of games with them. Do you think Endpoint can at least take a map, if not win it, against NSG here?
I hope they will be able to take a map, of course, but I'm definitely expecting, after we saw NSG shape up, especially on the second map, and then like bring the fight so close in the third, which they basically should have won if it wasn't for Novo, who came in clutching yet. I'm definitely thinking that the current form of NSG, especially those last two maps we saw yesterday, will be too strong for Endpoint. It'll just be a matter of what the difference in the score will be. So
now the next question being, speaking of maps are pretty crucial to how every game plays out. And especially in the best of three, because we talked about it during the season. It's really hard to have too much map strategy when it's a best of one throughout the season. But now that we're in a best of three, this map strategy is huge. I think we're about to get into the map bans shortly. So Sternab, what direction do you see these map bans taking? Is there anything that either team wants to utilize map-wise that will help them to win this match?
I think NSG's best map by far is being Cafe. Time and time again, NSG's proved that they're a very, very dominant Cafe team. So if Endpoint don't ban out Cafe, I think that's going to be a huge mistake from them. Other than that, things like Border as well has been a decent map for North Sea. Coastline as well has been another really good map for North Sea. So, you know, like, I kind of don't want to say too much about Endpoint here because they've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the season. Obviously, they have had maps that have been better for them. Bank has definitely been one of them as well. So, you know, they took there in Week 7 and Week 8, and they won both of those matches. So, you know, you got to be thinking about NSG and, like, what they're doing here as well. And you got to be thinking, like, map ban strategy. You know, what is Endpoint thinking here? Like, what did they want to do? Where do they want to go? Consulate has been a great map for them as well. They took Samsung there during Week 6. So, you know, there's a lot of options here for both teams, I think. But I think just the immediate concerns are Bank and Cafe.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to move into the map ban phase now. I'll see you gentlemen in a few minutes, and good luck. Have fun with this match. It's an exciting one.
Thank you, Brimstone, for that beautiful exit. Hap, what are you thinking here?
All right, just purely talking about maps, I would say that after the performance yesterday, we saw Coastline from that was not Endpoint, was it? I mean NSG. I would expect Endpoint to try and go for it, maybe, as we do see the first ban already coming in.
Yeah, and don't forget as well that how the way bans work, we have ban from each team, and then each team gets to pick a map, and then each team gets to ban another map out. So, you know, it's interesting. Endpoint is going to pick up Villa. They did win that in their very, very last week in the off-stream game against Titanium Cloud. So, no real surprises there for them picking up Villa, and Consulate will be picked up by North Sea. We did just mention how Consulate is a decent map for North Sea as well, and we did see it from them yesterday.
They should have definitely won that one yesterday. It was just due to some unlucky factors coming in right there, which is why Spies managed to clutch it out, eventually take the whole series. So it's brave to go back to Consulate. They might have looked at the VODs and know how to fix it.
Yeah,
it's going to be Clubhouse last.
Yeah, no surprises there in the rest of the bans. Coastline, as I've said, really, really good map for North Sea. They've gone there multiple times, and it's been really, really dominant for them. And then North Sea banning out Bank, which has been Endpoint's much, much better map. So, yeah, it's going to leave out a side of Clubhouse. kind of an interesting map. I think Clubhouse has been the most adaptable. We've seen a lot of teams go to Clubhouse throughout the season. So, you know, I don't think it's too surprising here whatsoever. But our first map is going to be Villa. A couple of things we should mention before we do get into the game. There is a prize pool, and there is a prize pool distribution that goes along with this. We don't know the total prize pool just yet because it is still coming in. Of course, you guys can still contribute to that as well by donating and doing your Twitch subs and everything like that. That all goes towards the community prize pool. So what's going to happen is 10% of that prize pool goes to the 4th place and 20% goes to the 3rd place. So there is a decent difference percentage-wise in that prize pool distribution. And the other thing I wanted to mention as well is Rainbow Six's birthday today. It's their 4th birthday.
Happy birthday.
The game came out 4 years today. So, yeah.
I still remember
Time
what the
flies.
game looked like back then. It's I even have that old version still on my PC somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually,
Crazy
yeah.
to think about.
I kept it in a separate folder because I thought maybe one day.
One day.
Yeah.
But looks like we're just about ready to get into our very first map here of Villa. Don't forget, this is Team Endpoint's map pick. And if you're not familiar with who Team Endpoint is, earlier in the season, they were known as T3H Esports. But we're going to get into map number 1. It is going to be Villa. It is our 3rd place match. North Sea Gaming versus Team Endpoint. Let's get into it, Hap. What are you thinking? How it's going to happen in terms of operator bans?
Harbinger 1 at least. Pretty sure we can either see the Termite or the Hibana to be removed by either of the team. It's not too strange, of course, on Villa to remove one of the Heartbreachers. So I really want to see what they can do with that. I'm afraid we're going to see a normal Mira and Echo ban on the other side, or Mira and Maestro, but the attackers are going to be Thatcher, actually. That's an interesting one as well.
Yeah, Endpoint have gone to Villa before. Obviously, they went basically in the last week as well during week 9 against Titanium Cloud, but they also went there against Penta, and they banned Jackal. But they're not going to ban Jackal. Maverick and Thatcher bans on Villa is a very interesting combination. You don't often think of Villa as a really hard Maverick map, but this is going to make things, in terms of getting your stuff open, very, very difficult. And Endpoint, of course, are going to ban out the Kaid as well, just so that Kaid cannot be abused too hard. Kind of remove the whole sector of the game there by the Thatcher, Maverick, and Kaid ban.
That's a rough one. But I mean, I get it. Like when the Thatcher ban comes down, it's pretty decent to go for the ban onto the Kaid. It's just going to be so much harder to deal with those Electro Claws, especially if they're all placed on hatches. You don't often see that here on Villa.
Yeah.
Because we're mostly playing Trophy and Aviator, of course. But still, those Electro Claws are pretty annoying to deal with if you do not have those EMPs available to you. So, pretty much, it always happens after a Thatcher ban, almost always. So, nothing too strange there.
I think the important thing here as well to realize is the operator ban order, right? Like, if you start attack, then you're forced to ban a defense operator first before your opponent does. So if you notice they ban Thatcher and you decide to ban Maverick, you kind of have to ban Kaid because you don't know if they're actually going to ban it or not. And they do start defense. You don't really want to give them that, especially on Villa, which is already horrendously defender-sided. So, well, we'll get into the first round and we'll see exactly how it's going to go down. Surprisingly, we're actually going to be heading to Statutory first.
Yeah, it's what I've been seeing lately a lot. Like, people are slowly transitioning over to Trophy and Statutory as their first bomb site onto Villa, instead of Aviator games. The longer the map has been out, the more I see it being played. And I think that the biggest factor here is still, like, is Mira available? Yes or no? If Mira is available, we will see Aviator. Otherwise, we will see this map, well, this side, I mean, coming in first. Which is an interesting development, so to say, in this in the map's lifetime.
The other interesting thing here is we have both Echo and Maestro available, but neither of them have been picked here by the defense. I think this is more just the fact that this is what North Sea do. They've always been a very kind of like tactical team, and you can already see they're doing this really aggressive downstairs hold as well, combined with C4s on the board as well. This could be a decent hold for a North Sea coming out. And like, you know, I've seen this from a lot. In my mind, even though we do have Queen, who have been a very dominant part of this, North Sea have had kind of like the most solid strategy, and they've shown the most signs of like active counter-strateging as well throughout the season.
Yeah, that's a very good well sign for future seasons or future development as well. All they need to do now is just work on that synergy, get everything going on for the persistence of the team, and just to get to that next level to maybe be a team that can challenge Queen in the future. As Arya right now was about to find the first encounter right there, but probably missing out on the shots. Miss Marie trying to put down some more goo mines, denying that portion of the map, of course, because there is no Thatcher. You will have to clear them with your gun.
Nades are going to come through. Aztec and Panda both trying to find their way through. But there we go. Barbara's drone makes her way in. But, oh, Panda's going to look one way. Takes out Arya. And Miss Marie will successfully get droned out. Panda should be an easy pre-fire. But Miss Marie takes it down. What a shot from Miss Marie. Does get caught on the cross, however, by Aztec. And that's the roam game completely removed off the game. Good roam clear from Endpoint there.
Yeah, good roam clear indeed. Pretty quick. Low casualties right there. It's going to be, well, not too hard to take out the Bennett Warriors as you still have the buck available to you. Disaster now will be forced to go a little bit passive as well, due to the fact that just one single shot of that skeleton key can end their life. And that's something they will have to keep in mind as this push is about to come in. Drones quickly checking everything out. They will see that the bedroom and the bathroom have been cleared, meaning that the push is now imminent from the side of Endpoint.
This is still really good work from Disaster. It's kind of amazing that Aztec let her just get away with that right now. The drones are going to still be coming out here, however. We'll see how it is going to be going down. Aztec still from below. Flashbangs are going to be coming out, confirming the presence of 0 ADS there as well. As we'll see the thermite charge from Izzy starting to go down. Smokes are going to go out as well, but they're not going to be able to deny the wall too much, however. As drones are going to be continuing to go out. Barbara still holding down and seeing what she can do as Aztec looking to rotate now. Flashbang's still available here for Midnight. She starts to try and open up the door up onto Statutory. Disaster's still alive and still has the C4 in hand. Only 30 seconds left to go in the clock. This isn't looking too good for Endpoint, but there we go. That's exactly the entry they needed. Barbara takes Kalisa off the board. 20 seconds left to go on the clock. Still looking pretty good for North Sea right now, but... well, it's going to be a 4v2. Call it a 3v2. Call it a 3v1 as the refrags do start to come through as Endpoint clinches the round. Great attack from them, especially a great roam clear.
Very good player right here coming in from Endpoint. It's a very good first attack as well. On a map like Villa, you really want to get these attacking rounds in, especially early on, because those will come back to you near the end of the game. As soon as you start swapping over, all those attacking rounds will definitely be have been worth it. So, for Endpoint's sake, I hope they can keep this up and keep their roam clear going. Because if they do so, as we are going trophy statuary again, they might as well be able to pick up 2, maybe 3 more rounds during this half.
Interesting strategy as well, coming out from North Sea there, with that kind of like really aggressive downstairs hold. It seemed like it was more to do with the fact that, you know, Maverick and Thatcher are both off the board. And trying to just do that whole hold downstairs so they can't get the buck in and they can't get the bandit wires off the board, rather than anything else. But they have a lot of it available to themselves there. But just a little bit of a disaster in how that roam clear actually worked out. I think like just really, really quick and really well done from Endpoint to just quickly clear all that out. And this I'm going to see the same strategy as well coming out from North Sea as well. But it's pretty much the same lineup. Except we'll see a mute coming out from Kalisa rather than the smoke, which is interesting.
Will that wall remain soft? That's my question right now. Has a punch in it. It hasn't actually been reinforced yet. See some reinforcements being deployed right now. The question is, will they be able to hold on to the roam, or is it going to fall again? No, Lemon is indeed going to reinforce that one. And that means that we will see a pretty similar lineup indeed, even a pretty similar setup coming out. Just the change of the mute. Will they roam heavily, though? That's going to be the question. Or are they going to be playing more on site?
Well, we'll exactly see how that is actually going to work out. But it looks like Endpoint seem pretty clear to just do another roam clear yet again. Should be interesting to see how that goes down. Don't forget as well, Jackal is available for the attackers. He hasn't been brought just yet. But Jackal is a very potent attacker on this particular map, especially when you know that North Sea are going to do a very heavy roam game like this. Lemon has moved downstairs into China, however. There's Barbara holding down Pantry, looking for the cross. There's Marie slowly crawling around through onto the laundry entrance. And again, the exact same clear coming out from Endpoint. Aztec makes her way through onto that laundry door to see what she can do, but Lemon's still holding it down. Miss Marie with a pre-fire does manage to find Panda and will not get traded successfully. Great pick from Miss Marie so early on, yet again on the Legion. As you'll find another one with the Legion mine as well. Barbara, however, will pick up Lemon, but Miss Marie still downstairs, still doing damage, and she has 2 kills on the board.
Yeah, they're running a 3-man roam downstairs right now, and as the down came in from the Legion, it was the Goomine that finished off that kill, making sure that that one would have been secured. So right now, Endpoint find themselves on the back foot right here, as they only managed to pick up the Jaeger. Already lost, well, both their IQ and the soft breach that they wanted to use to possibly make sure that position will be unplayable from below. So that means they will now have to completely rely on the horizontal play that they will have to immense and commit to right now.
Yeah, we talked about it, about how they need to get downstairs control so they can get the bandits off the wall, so they can open the wall, so they can go for that push. Miss Marie, however, is going to get taken down by Izzy on the cross. But we've still got these bandits to deal with, and we're still going to try and make their entrance into the site itself. This is going to be a very difficult chance for Endpoint now, unless they can find some frags. Aria going to be peeking out, but he's going to get damaged a little bit for her time there. He's going to open up the double door through onto Boar instead and see what she can do from that side. Barbed wire is going to get destroyed quickly, and Barbara is going to be able to find the down, but not the kill just yet. Flashbangs could actually can't come through here. It looks like Endpoint getting ready for their push. I mean, it's actually going to rotate through to Red Stairs instead as Barbara getting ready to push into the site itself. Midnight slowly crouch walking up Red Stairs to see what she can do. Aria completely unaware of this whatsoever. This is not good at all. Endpoint still trying to smack it down, and Midnight, sorry, is going to take down Aria. Disaster is out of it and will get confirmed. It's all down to Kalisa to try and bring this in. Still has an extra cell remaining of the plant. Will start to go down in a very safe spot as Midnight splits it off, but no, she's going to miss the cross completely as Kalisa moves into the site proper to try and find where the attack has gone down, where the plant has been pushed. But she's not going to be able to find it just yet.
Yeah, we'll be rotating into the bathroom right here, but actually deciding to go back towards the trophy, no, actually statuary room. Right now trying to find out the position of these players, but has to find one first before being able to challenge the other. Spots out the termite right now. Tries to get the headshot, but will fall eventually. And that means that Endpoint will win round number 2 as well, even though the start was so well right there for NSG. Managed to actually keep it in check, and was Endpoint that managed to come back from that, well, one-man deficit due to Marie. I believe that was checking out the Astro stairs when her complete back was exposed from the bathroom, but it was an Endpoint player happy to pick her up.
I think there's just huge mistakes happening from Nausea Gaming right now. Like, they have all of the advantages in that scenario. There's no buck, there's no IQ. They have no way of getting those bandits off the wall. They can only push through doorways. And everyone's peeking. Everyone's like peeking the doorway, peeking the hall.
Yeah, they were way too aggressive.
Way too aggressive. They're allowing Endpoint to get those frags to make their entry into the site. It absolutely amazes me that they completely throw away their advantage there. So, you know, it takes a disciplined team not to peek, you know?
But it's something like yesterday they were very passive in everything. Like, they were passive when they had to, they were aggressive when they had when it was necessary. But right now what we're seeing from NSG is like, okay, we have the man advantage. Let's just keep on running. It's not what you do. It's like, you should be taking that man advantage. Go tuck yourself in, hold the crossfires, make sure that you trade, right? Keep on trading. Don't go for the single plays, because that is going to be losing you the rounds right here, as we just saw happen. Endpoint gladly making use of that. And right now 2-0 in front on the defense side of the map, but it could also be the strategy, of course, of NSG. Just lose the first map and then try to bring it back in the second. And
200 IQ players. That's what I always say. Yeah. Yeah, no, it could be. Yeah, you know, you give the map, you think, yeah, they're overconfident now. Yeah.
Probably not, but you know, maybe they're so smart. Yeah.
We do see the Jackal now being brought, however, by Endpoint, which I think is a welcome addition to this lineup. Did already mention it. I think Jackal is a really powerful operator on this particular map, and especially when you know that North Sea have played a pretty heavy roam game here already so far. So, well, we'll see how things are going to continue to go down as we move in for this roam clip. Panda moving for the crouch walk as drones have gone out. We'll see exactly what's going on. But Ari's in the corner here. It's going to find Panda immediately. No trade coming through just yet as Aztec trying to look for it right now. Will manage to get a great shot from Aztec. Will put a body on the floor. But wow, you just lost your Jackal. That's a massive take.
Like, what happened here is, okay, we get a Jackal. We don't need to rely on the drones, basically. And instantly pays off for the likes of Endpoint. As Midnight also manages to get Lemon right there. So road players still going down pretty effectively, even though they're not completely using the drones right there. But they could have been punished way harder for it by not actually droning and relying on the Jackal way too much. As that could have been a double kill if Aztec would have been taken up as well. but they managed to turn it back around. Once again, Endpoint will have the man advantage. We see the air jabs being deployed. We see locations and positions being taken that they need to start putting down the pressure. There's 1 minute 30 left, and we will see Aztec right now opening up from below just to make these positions unplayable.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of essential strategy, right, for Endpoint.
Yeah.
It really has been about using the smoke from below, making these positions unplayable, as you said, and kind of just making everyone out of it. Like, this Maestro cam placement as well, and, well, a nade could come through to be able to take it off the board, but I think just overall, all they need to do is just watch it, and they can just easily get this wall as long as it gets shot out. Flashbangs will go out, and ADSs will get burned. As we move to the final minute of the round, things not looking good for North Sea.
It's definitely not looking good for them. As this wall now has been opened up, Disaster will be stuck between a rock and a hard place, but will actually manage to pick up the frag onto Barbara. And we'll be bringing it up to a 3-on-3. It's another kill to come down from Kalisa with the SMG-11, and suddenly the tables have turned. It's now Endpoint that has a man deficit right here. Needs to be able to trade this back out. Midnight Oak trying to open up that door to get an angle onto the Maestro, but won't be able to find it as of yet. Right now the door will be opened up. The gun will get spotted. Beautiful headshot right there from Midnight. Call doesn't come through as of yet, though, because Izzy is still trying to pre-fire that. And as we are in a 2-on-2 situation now, the plant has to come down soon. It's 20 seconds. There it comes. Beautiful crossfire. But it's Miss Marie to go down for the goo rotation. And she perfectly read where the termite would be. Midnight now stuck into the goo mine. Will be giving away the position. Will be coming in slow. And it's Miss Marie to pick it up. Eventually, it's going to be the third round this here to be going in favor of NSG and bringing it up to 2-1. And they definitely needed it. They couldn't afford to lose this one as well right now.
Even though North Sea have just not been looking good right now, Miss Marie has just been a constant performer from them on the Legion. And she always has been, right? Like, I remember that game on Coastline, she was constantly just fragging out just earlier on in the season, just throughout the season as well. Miss Marie's just been so much work on this Legion. And there you see, she clutches the round. She manages to bring it in. We are going to see a dining room kitchen defense, however, North Sea really just do not want to go back there at all to Sagittary. And I think, honestly, Disaster moving on to the Maestro gave quite a lot of issues for Endpoint here, because you can see that they didn't really have too many issues. They didn't have too many things to clear it with, right? Like, we had the book below, and we kind of, like, have two people watching that Maestro cam.
Defenders, protect your
and like that's a lot of guns moving away from the actual point itself. And as soon as that wall gets opened as well, you see Disaster wide peek out. She managed to get that kill as well. So, like, North Sea are doing a much better job of trying to actually hold down the site itself.
Yep.
But obviously, Aviator, much easier defense than Sagittary is, and a phenomenally easier defense than this is going to be as well.
It's going to be interesting to see how NSG will be picking up this this bomb site right here. They have been playing it, sort of reinforcing it when they were going for the roam. Easily cleared up then, so maybe with a lot more utility placed, they will be able to actually properly hold it right now. So that's what we're going to have to wait for.
It's something that's been pretty prominent from Endpoint as well, and we talked about it in multiple rounds already, is that they use Book quite heavily. And, you know, they've used it quite well as well. Like, we talked about, like, trying to making areas unplayable as well. And, you know, that's going to come into a lot of, like, this whole site is just holding upstairs areas. This area is going to try and go for a spawn peak right now, opening up the entirety of the window. Does hear someone rappelling up. Is still content to just hold this angle. Does see someone and will take it down. There goes Aztec already. The book that we were just talking about. That's Castus Curse right there, as Arya will take it down.
Yeah, beautiful right there. That's going to be a very important kill, but it's going to be Midnight to change it up. Taking down Arya right now. And that is going to be, well, death repaid, so to say. As we're going to wait to see where the rest of the approach will be coming from right now.
Yeah, Midnight trying to make her way through into ball window, it seems, as Miss Marie still trying to duel it out. We'll go for the peak, actually, and try and hold it all down. Also, you still have a lot of control. What a shot from Miss Marie. Oh, my God. She's just doing the work on Legion today, and that's another member of the attack off the board. This is looking really good for North Sea, and yeah, as you said, like a much more aggressive hold than what we saw last time, but this round, it's definitely worked out in their favor. She's going to move into split now. It looks like Miss Marie's still holding it all down, as well as Barbara now crouch walking her way through onto the bathroom and seeing how it's all going down. I mean, also holding the cross well with her. Endpoint moving very slowly.
Yeah, they're definitely moving slowly. They could maybe try and speed things up here. Panda's still on the rappel right here. Kind of strange to see them, because normally she is the one to actually go in first. At least we saw that yesterday against Queens. She was actually the one trying to lead the charge right there, getting some kills here, some kills there, just opening it up for Endpoint to actually try and take the site. Right now, passive on the window right there. Not sure if that's just the strategy here or maybe confidence lacking due to the first rounds not really going in her favor. But I don't know. Like, normally she's the one to go in first and just create the opening for the rest of the team to work with. Right now, it's going to be the other way around. People are making openings on her team, and especially Miss Marie, who's just playing so well throughout the entire season already and just keeps on getting these kills, these important kills for her team on NSG, especially on this Legion right here. Right now, we'll be trying to challenge.
Miss Marie and Legion, like, name a more iconic duo, but, well, she's going to go down for it. Barbara does take her out, and Disaster's still holding down to Art as well, but Diffuser is down. Panda will move all the way in, but the peek comes through incorrectly, and Kalisa takes out Barbara, still down to Panda. Takes out the pistol, surprisingly, but she's only got 15 seconds to pull off a miracle here. Goes for the pre-fire, but will get taken out instantly by Kalisa, as Nossi take round number 4.
Yeah, she get the down there onto the Maestro, but it was still another player right here on the stacks of the cases. Wasn't able to, of course, get both there. Round number 4, indeed, going to NSG 2-2 now. Drop back up, and we'll be forced to go back to Trophy Statuary now. Will this be the way for them to go with?
I honestly think the issue is in the lineup here for Nossi. But, like, we say that, they kind of threw away the last time they defended here, right? Like, they had all the advantages going from the book and the IQ off the board. They got 2 huge picks, and they managed to survive them as well. Would you see the Jackal coming out once again from Barbara, which I think is good, because I don't think the Habanas done them too many favors here.
We don't need 2 hard breaches on this side.
I think it's okay to have, like, you're right, I don't think you do need 2 hard breaches. I think it can be good to bring a Habana here sometimes. Like, one of the things that I know teams used to do is would go to the Astro Repel and try and Habana open the Astro wall. Not in the fact that you're actually going to be able to get open that wall, but the guy in Astro then has to make a decision of whether they want to shoot the Habanas or they want to shoot the person pushing them.
Yeah.
So, like, stuff like very unique strategies like that can happen with the Habana. I don't think it's an issue, and also, like, as well, it's a good way of getting rid of bandit tricking as well, like Habana one side, them at the other. I think there's a use
no
for it.
catcher though, so like you're not going to be bringing
no, that is true.
You're
like,
going to find a better trick to happen.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, that's why I think, like, you know, I think there are things that you can do with Habana here, even though there is no Thatcher and there is no Maverick available. But I haven't seen that come out from Endpoint yet. We haven't seen any of those specific strategies come out, so I don't think it's really done them too many favors. So I think the Jackal's a much better pick here, as well as, like, we've been talking about how Jackal's so good on Villa, but also how aggressive the roam game has been from Nossi.
Yeah, the roam game, we look again, 3 people downstairs playing right here. Goo Mines always spotted, so they know Legion is definitely going to be downstairs. Hot drone to come in, hot spot to come in onto Miss Marie, and well, she's definitely going to be in trouble if she doesn't actually pay attention to this. She knows where one is, but they actually know where she is as well, so it's, you know, who is the most aggressive right now, who's going to be trying to go for that first kill. As Panda is now going to get hot paint onto the Legion player right there. We'll be waiting for the next one to come in, most likely to try and go for a pre-fire. No, that won't be the case. Things have now been cleared out. First frag to come in from Miss Marie. Actually didn't spot the second player there. It's going to be Barbara to get the... actually, it was Aztec right there to get the refrag. Midnight to pick up 1 as well. So 2 out of 3 roamers from NSG have been cleared up for now. It's all up to Lemon now, the substitute, to now fall back, go to site, cut the losses, and try and hold on to the secondary defense points.
I think that's been an okay roam game, right? You take the IQ off the board. If you can get the IQ or you can get the book, I think it's fine. You have lost a lot of your own utilities and your own placements, but like you've wasted a lot of time as well. Like that's halfway off the round now as well. So, and we've already still got members of Endpoint who are still downstairs looking for more frags.
Yeah, definitely sort of trying to find the last roamer, but she already rotated back up. So for now, they're just wasting a little bit of time as Aztec now will be removing these bandit wires, or at least attempting to do so, which will most likely call in for the rotate of Izzy to go back upstairs, make sure that that wall gets opened up. They don't have an impact, for example, as a backup method. Might be something to look into. Actually,
do you have nitro cells on the board, right?
That is true.
Oh, there we go. Nitro cell is going to go out, but it's not going to be detonated just yet. Disaster. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
Yeah, I was about to say, you cannot pick that back up, can you?
No, I don't think you can. You can kind of like use it as a threat, right? Like they can hear the nitro. Like, oh, where is it?
What we're going to do is a pre-play, something like that, but that cannot be the case. It's going to get better tricked. That works as well. Disaster manages to still get it, as, well, that is going to be spelling trouble right now for the likes of Endpoint. Even though they managed to get off the first initial 3 charges, it is still going to be Disaster to make sure that that wall, for now, will remain closed. Lemon will know when it's coming up these stairs. Comes for the pre-fire. We'll be dealing a lot of damage right here, but we'll be picked by 2 players. We'll actually manage to kill 1. Barbara, however, gets a double kill. And we'll be going for the 3rd as well. No, it's easy to get that one straight after from the actual doorway, it looks like. As the ITS 12 missed that shot, but it's still Endpoint to win that round. The trophy stat tree doesn't seem to be working out yet. No matter what they do, whether they get 2 entries or 1, whether they bend a trick or not, it's just their weak point right now.
It's crazy losing that round when you have basically everything going for you again. It's kind of crazy as well that the bandit is allowed to bandit trick in that situation, and that you're not getting that wall open when the book is still downstairs, when the book is contesting that area, and when the bandit can't get that wall at all.
Yeah.
So I think just kind of mistakes coming out in coordination right now from Endpoint. But yet they're still managing to make their way through. We still had that good kind of entry fragging ability as well, coming up on the Astro stairs and towards the bathroom, confirming that refrag as well and getting control of Astro quite quickly. Even though we're in those like last few seconds of the round.
Well, one more defensive round right now for NSG where they can try to draw things back up to a 3-3, which they need, honestly. Defense side of map, you don't want to give away 4 rounds to the attacking team. So you're going to find yourselves in a really hard place. And they will know this. And they'll do their best to make sure that it doesn't happen.
5 seconds remaining.
But you got to wonder if it's going to be enough if you see them lose onto the, well, trophy basically 3 times. Which 2 of them was actually, shouldn't have to be losses, right? Because a lot of mistakes came down from Endpoint there, but they still managed to pick it up due to, well, even bigger mistakes that go down from NSG. And as they were basically playing, well, pretty perfect yesterday, but still managed to lose from Spies. That level of perfection, they're making those kind of mistakes right now, the ones that you shouldn't be making at this point.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, it's kind of crazy how the bans have gone down. You'd think this be pretty insanely defender-sided right now, but Nossi have only been able to find 2 rounds, and they've lost a core site a number of times now already. And yeah, this isn't looking too good at all. Even if Nossi can win this round now, you end the split 3-3. That isn't great for Villa at all.
It's not detrimental though. Like, you can still come
no,
back
it's
from
not.
it.
It's not. But what my end point here is that if Endpoint themselves can pick up a round here now, I think they basically secure the map for themselves.
And then probably they will, yeah. If they manage to get 1 more, then she's going to have a very, very hard hill to climb. I don't actually think they will be able to do so at that point, because they probably might still be a little bit upset about yesterday and now having to play with a substitute. Nothing to, you know, talk bad about the substitute, but it doesn't really help the team if you do that in the middle of a playoffs, right? You basically have little to no time to actually scrim with it, but it's going to be the flank to come in from Arya. Instantly shut down by Panda. Perfectly read. It's once again the entry to go towards the likes of Endpoint, who are looking to actually pick up this round as well. Of, you know, they're going to be allowed to open all these walls up. Maestro Chem is going to get spotted out. Disaster will be aware of this. Soon she will most likely be transitioning over to the camera. There, C4 comes out. Won't be hitting. I think he might have gotten stuck on the actual...
Yeah, he did. It's so unfortunate yet again on these Maestro cams as well. We're coming out for the info, but it's going to be Izzy TK's Barbara. What just happened there? Oh no, what a disaster. As Izzy, with diffuser in hand, it's going to be trying to push it up indeed, but the Maestro cam's still up. Still going to have that active intel into what's going on and studying disaster. Still going to be able to hold it down and peek it out when she can.
How does that even happen? Like, you know that charge is going off. You shouldn't be standing right next to it. That's exactly what happened right here, and that might have actually, well, we'll lose you the round in a few seconds as a beautiful headshot from Aztec actually comes out. It's going to be Kalisa, however, to take down Panda. Miss Marie then to come in as well. Take up 1 right now to go for. Kalisa then gets picked up. Izzy right now behind the bar will be able to go for the plant, but it's going to be Aztec on 1 HP to try and cover it off, and she will fall. It's all up to Miss Marie right now to get the last frag, and she will. It's going to be North Sea Gaming to close it off with a 3-3 split, which is still in favor of Endpoint, but they're definitely going to be able to come back from this if they manage to pick themselves back up.
North Sea had a very, very rough start to their defenses, but they've managed to stop the bleeding, and we're going to swap it around now as North Sea going to try their handed attack. Also, round number 7 getting underway, as we've seen Aviator and Games of Room Defense, commonly known as AVG. Endpoint will try their hand at the defense instead. Something that seemed to be really, really good for North Sea is like pretty much every single round they're bringing Maestro, they're winning. The Maestro cams seem to be such an issue for Endpoint to clear off during their attacks, so I'm interested reversed how that's going to work out. We do see the Ash coming out from Lemon, which we actually didn't see any Ash coming out from Endpoint. Okay, so like I know that Ash and Zofia and things like that like can be considered very heavy like entry operators, and we don't really see too much of them. But honestly, I think the Ash is a good pickup here. Like, you can get flashbangs for the ADSs. Well. Yeah, it's direct counter to Maestro as well.
It's hard to do it with the Twitch as well because they'll just open up the hatch right below it. So
yeah,
you need to get the right range right there. I believe you can actually do it with the Twitch, but your drone is so exposed when doing it. So if one player is going to be playing at 90, then your drone is already going to be gone. But yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they will be able to deal with the Evil Eyes themselves, or if that will be critical to the defense of Endpoint as well.
5 seconds remaining.
What do you think about lineup-wise here from the defense?
We get the Mute, we get the Bandit. Might be a bit overkill. Not sure about that. The Jaeger, of course, standard. You want to bring either the Echo or the Maestro, so it really depends on what your style is. I think the Maestro allows for more aggressive plays.
I assume the Maestro has impacts here. If we could see that, Mr. Medics, what the Maestro has.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
impacts indeed, yeah.
So yeah,
she's gonna be able to trick her own wall. Yeah. If she wants.
Yeah. So like you have 2 sets of impacts here. You have 2 sets of Nitros here. You have the Mute. And you have the Bandit just giving like extra hard breach denial as well. So, although, yeah, I guess the order's kind of weird, but there we go. Nades are going to go out from Aria, and that's going to take, I assume, a Maestro cam off the board that was over there.
Has to be, otherwise it's a wasted grenade, so to say. So I'm
maybe
pretty
he's practicing nades, you don't know.
Yeah, okay. Maybe they had to, get used to the trajectory again before you can Kobe onto Aria. Aztec, I mean.
Bullet holes as well from Aria. She's going to go for the pre-fire through onto Red Hole, but it's not going to work out just yet. She is holding on the flank, however. Secure all of that. Still got a nade available herself as well. As Midnight looking to try and rotate and see what she can do go. So the pre-fire through onto Piano does take a drone off the board as well. And they're stuck in mud room, basically. But as long as they're having that presence on the flank, I think they're still good. Impact is going to come out, but it's going to miss. And Izzy's unable to trick it.
Second one is too late. They had the right idea right here by placing the walls like this to make sure that they couldn't actually put a dent in the wall, make sure it still was going to be opened up, even if they impacted it. Unfortunately, the wall has been opened up, and that means NSG is now going to be immencing their attack. But it's going to be the first kill to come in for Midnight onto the butt player. Arya then falls, and Lemon right now trying to redeem her. Trying to get the Legion player right here. Arm gets spotted out by Disaster, but won't be able to actually respond to that in time. 2 players low is the first frag. It's the second frag, actually, as Izzy managed to pick up Lemon. And as he tried to force themselves through this area, but they aren't too successful yet. And there we see the Legion actually being caught off guard. Will be down, not out, though. As it is an effective 4-on-3 situation. Barbara trying to bait a little bit right with the shotgun. What was that? Was it the air jab?
The air jab, yeah.
Where was it shot from? Oh, it was shot like this angle. Okay.
But like they can't do anything about it there at all. It's a shotgun.
Straight after.
You cannot contest that area at all. So this is not looking good at all. Disaster, however, going to make her way into the site. Kalisa does take Barbara off the board. Does manage to contest that shotgun and shut it down. And that's opened up the site completely. Endpoint, however, below with the Nitro is going to detonate it, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Disaster could be able to successfully plant down, but this should be an easy retake right now for Panda and Midnight. Don't forget, Izzy's still down but not out. They could go for Revive, and they will manage to do so. Revive comes in. Panda's covering it as well. The cross does manage to go down. The Diffuser slowly doing its work as Miss Marie playing very, very patiently around this breach to see what she can do. Flashbangs are going out as well. Make sure that no one can push them out. Study hole as well as Legion Mine's going down. The diffuser is trying to defuse as well as Kalista moving in, takes down one, but Miss Marie gets a double kill out of it. It's all down to Izzy to try and bring this in. Not looking good at all, and she will get eliminated. Miss Marie doing the work today for North Sea.
Miss Marie really stepping up right here for her team, like being patient. They tried to fake the diffuser first. She didn't buy it. Waited for the one to actually peek first, but as soon as she heard that the diffuser was going on strong, she had to peek out. Her teammate was ready to go for the refrag, but you know, Miss Marie thought, I can do that myself as well. You know, the 3 kills right there, showing why she has been one of the MVPs over the entire season. And right now, why they are here to make sure they get that 3rd place, and with that, the 20% cut.
Miss Marie's 13 and 4 right
4,
now.
holy.
13 and 4. Insane. She's just done the work. She won almost every single opening duel as well, on top of that. So, yeah, she's just really doing the work today, it looks like. But round number 8 is getting underway. We're going to see an Aviator Games Room defense once again from here from Endpoint. Bit of a disaster for the last time from them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
They should have had that round Endpoint right there. They had all the entries that they wanted. They even got like 2 at some point. It was a 5-3 situation.
Yeah. The thing is that I can't understand here is like you're setting up all these walls. You have everything going for you impact-wise. Those of you who don't know, and you kind of touched on this last time, last round, is that you reinforce the walls in this way so that they can't, open up a little bit of soft breach here and like tuck the thermite charge in there. It does make it a little bit harder. It doesn't make it impossible to impact trick, but it does make it a little bit harder. So setting up the walls in this way definitely gives you the advantage in that. But, you gotta have the person who's in that position. They gotta know how to impact trick that.
I love how they didn't do this yesterday, and we mentioned it on stream, and they're actually instantly changing it around. Shows that they watch back the VODs and they're here to win it as well. Yeah.
Also, something interesting. We haven't seen an Echo all game. It's the first round we've seen an Echo.
Oh, Echo and Maestro though might be a bit overkill. Of course, 2 ACOGs, both very powerful gadgets.
I think if you know your opponent is taking an IQ every single round, the Echo isn't necessary. But there might be another reason why we see an Echo here. Of course, like, Echo does bring a shield, which can be powerful.
Yeah, definitely. Extra shield, mini mirror windows in it.
Yeah.
Bomb located by
Gives you a lot of information compared to the old shields right here. Panda onto the pulse right there. Will be able to spot out 1, maybe 2 players, but has to be careful if Miss Marie actually decides to go on the scanner. They know someone is below. Arya trying to find it. Won't be able to as of yet. And because of that, Panda will now be forced to go off. We'll be rotating around, trying to go to a different spot before, consulting her cardiac sensor again, just to try and see where these players are coming from. Lisa quickly deploying some of her air jets, making sure that the flanks are going to be impossible to come through.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Now we just wait for the first actual action to come through. Who's going to be in the first engagement? Who's going to get the first kill? Is it going to be NSG to open the score this time, or is it going to be Endpoint once again to get 1, maybe 2 entries before they manage to give it away somehow? Because it happened multiple times now. NSG coming back from these.
Just walks into sight. Hello.
How does that happen?
How does that happen? Miss Marine just walks into sight, gets the entry, again winning that opening duel, but does get traded out. A Nitro comes out from below, however, from Panda, and will shut all of that down with a double kill. Nicely done coming out from her. That is all down to Kalisa and Disaster to try and bring this in for Nossi. But wow, that was a very interesting push that happened there, which somehow actually was almost successful.
I was going to say, why are you even pushing in there? You don't have study control. We've seen this yesterday. It doesn't work if you want to go for a plan like that. If you don't have the control of study, and that's exactly what happened now. If it wasn't Panda with the double kill with the C4, it would have been the Jaeger Midnight right there to pick up 1, maybe 2 frags to follow things off with. Right now, Disaster is going to be the one to go onto the plant. Knows that 1 more is going to be into study most likely. So that angle will have to be covered by the likes of her teammate. Stun comes in. C4 comes in as well, but won't be dealing enough damage. Now the kill comes in from, I believe that is below, or is that study door? I'm not completely sure. No, that's Panda from below with the UMP to make sure. There's going to be Kalisa now as the last woman standing. Won't be even able to spot Aztec right there, prone on the ground. It's definitely going to be spelling a hard round for her with only 15 seconds left. And 30 HP, she will be unaware of what to do right now. And that means the round will most likely go to Endpoint. And yes, it will. Round number 8 for Endpoint. We're backup draw, backup square. It's 4-4.
Completely unwinnable scenario there for Endpoint. So, well, they will go down indeed, and it will be Endpoint who brings in their very, very first defense. So we're still neck and neck right now. It is a 4-4 map split. But don't forget, this is Endpoint's map pick, and obviously, they're still keeping up.
They are still keeping up. And that's something we have to keep in mind. It's still a fight. It's not like it's over already. It's not like we're in a 5-1 situation right now.
Well, for Miss Marie, it's terrorist hunt right now because she keeps walking
she's
to
just
site
doing
and
terrorist in
getting
a realistic
entry frags.
mode.
It's insane. The amount the frags that Miss Marie is putting on the board right now, I just cannot understand how you let someone walk into site like that. But well,
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
things
bombs
happen
as
as
they
we move
can.
into round number 9, and we'll see the gridlock as well coming out the very first time. I like the gridlock here. I think gridlock is a good pick.
Yeah, we'll be swapped out instead of Nomad. Both fill similar kind of roles. Nomad may be a bit easier to counter than the gridlock.
Yeah, I think your gridlock brings kind of a lot more to the board, especially in terms of like smokes. We've seen
A shotgun as well. Just to
yeah,
open for
the
first
super
plane.
showy. We saw Endpoint during their attacks. They went for that door plant quite a lot, or they tried to go for that door plant quite a lot. The smokes can be really good for that kind of cover because there's like
Seconds left before insertion.
there's quite a few places around that door plant. If for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, where Barbara is right now, basically to her left, that door, just planting either side of the door, very, very, very common plant spot.
And defuse
And smokes can cover quite a lot of those areas as well. So, something that Feral discovered as well is on the skylight, like just above where the site is. If you manage to angle it quite right, you can land smokes right on the archways as well, and that
Yeah.
completely blocks off the sight line from the opposite side. If you want to go for that door plant.
Such a skilled move to do that. Like it's
Yeah.
very hard to actually land it properly right there to make sure that the lines of sight have been blocked off. So definitely requires some practice. Don't forget, of course, we do still have the Maestro with Evil Eyes that can, well, has basically a thermal scope, so has the opportunity to look through that if a smoke execute is coming through. Lemon, however, first one to fall. It's going to be Panda from below with the, well, Pulse UMP to take down the Ash. It's gonna
I've
be
never seen a
great.
Pulse get so many kills on a roam before.
Normally, like 1 or
UMP.
2 and you fall back, right? But
Yeah, it's crazy. The UMP is not an easy gun. Not an easy gun to use, so kudos to Panda for being able to win against the Nash. You really just don't expect that at all. And we'll see Miss Marie trying to crouch walk her way through in it to Art and see what she can do here exactly. Is way oh my god, she'll get taken down by Barbara. Nice angle being covered from above there. Miss Marie will get caught out. We'll see Ari go down as well. This is looking like a complete disaster right now for NSG.
it's definitely not going well right here, as they only have 2 members left now. Disaster and Kalisa will have to, well, try and fix it with 2 of them. None of the track stingers have been deployed so far, so, well, it kind of shows you how far they are in the round, because they actually didn't manage to get control too close of the flanks, as all the utility to close these flanks is still in the pockets of Kalisa. Will now rotate downstairs with Disaster, so they're going to go for a different approach, but it's going to be Panda to get first kill. Well, the second kill of the round, actually. Disaster right now trying to slowly go for the repeat right here. Goes for the pre-fire, but that will only give away that she is actually going to be coming from this area to Panda. Midnight already rotating out just to come and help, just to assist. Pre-fires to come through. Disaster will now be, well, designated to her. It's going to be Midnight to eventually pick that one up as well, and it's going to be Endpoint to win round number 9. First to
Completely
5.
flawlessly as well.
Yeah, completely flawless, just completely outskilled and outgunned the likes of NSG right there. They didn't even get to put down their flank hold, so to say, with the track stingers. They had no control whatsoever on NSG.
Just what is there to say really about that round? Like a complete and utter shutdown from Endpoint during that roam game as well. Like great entry frag coming out from them. Just complete inability to refrag whatsoever. They have all these angles being held, and it seems like Northsea are just going in here blind right now. You know, clearly there is droning going on, but you see there's a lot of solo play going on as well. They seem to be very, very spread out. And I think, honestly, like, you're just losing your ones at that point, and there's just no trade potential at all. So, maybe some people might be a little bit confused of why they decide to rotate downstairs. I mean, in that situation, you have to kill the guy downstairs, right? Like, there is a pulse downstairs, he has Nitro, you're not going to win the round with 2 of you if there's still a pulse threatening with the Nitro from below.
It's like a 50-50 or not, whether or not he's going to hit you or the actual bomb plant.
So you need to clear that pulse at that point, basically. But, I mean, kind of a lost round by that point, but, well, we'll see Endpoint. They are going to be going downstairs to the kitchen this time instead. They're looking really good so far, but I mean, if they can solidify this round, they basically win the map, I think.
Possibly, yeah, because they're going to be able to open up Aviator again, go there.
Yeah.
Which was
Attackers must
a
locate
very
and
weird
defuse the
round
bomb.
to
Yeah.
see from NSG, especially the second time they attacked it.
The biggest
Not
thing for
really
me
sure.
here is that there's no pulse. And I think that the pulse has done a lot of damage, and honestly, like, this is one of the sites that you most predominantly see pulse on. Because the pulse can just sit downstairs in kitchen, completely uncontested, and you can completely deal with any kind of vertical player that's going to be coming out from North Sea. So, and that's clearly something that is going to be coming out from North Sea, because it's like one of the main ways you take the site, and you can already see them taking from study as well.
Yeah, it took us some quick control right here, trying to establish what they need, get the positions that they feel comfortable in before they manage to go for the final execute. But first, they will have to clear out this top floor with Midnight and Izzy playing on these drone positions. Both Trophy and Statuary. Also the red stairs. It's going to be Izzy right now to find the first head. No, actually, her head is going to get found. It's a trade, actually. Marie and Izzy both take each other out. It's a very important kill for both of them. The Legion off the board this early on is definitely going to be making your life a bit easier, but also Miss Marie removed off the board is definitely going to be a big win right here for Endpoint, as she has been so destructive towards their side. Managed to get so many kills.
The multi-drone is actually going to be able to find a drone of its own, and that is going to definitely slow down this roam clear coming out from North Sea as they try and move through. You are right, however, Miss Marie going down so early on is going to be hampering North Sea's ability to try and get in and make these entries. Multi-drone will get taken off the board, however, as Ari moves through into 90, and you can see North Sea just holding on all the flanks while they get Aria to try and do the work from above, but North Sea very, very slow with this clear right now. And don't forget, the site is not upstairs. It is kitchen right now. And you are miles away from a kitchen plant right now.
Definitely so. With only 1 minute left, they will definitely have to start kicking up the gears right here. They need to get a lot more control before they're going to be able to actually make something happen, before they can actually get a plant to happen. Because they're all still upstairs. Don't forget that. It's all 4 players right here trying to look from vertical angles, which they create with and the Super Shorty and the Skeleton Key right here. I mean, still looking to clear out Master Bedroom. That's kind of weird, though, because Disaster is playing in that position. So some miscommunication is going on in the team right now, it looks like. And that is definitely not spelling anything good for the likes of NSG. As, they will have to push 29 seconds on the clock. And we still have roamers available right here for Endpoint that can basically just sweep in at any point and clear out the top 4 control that has been, well, slowly being established by the likes of NSG.
15 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
as you said, like, just Endpoint are all over the place right now. As Midnight is going to move through for the flank indeed, as, you know, Panda's going to take Lemon off the board easily enough. Midnight going to be coming all the way through as well as Disaster, trying to make her way into the site through the cover of the smoke, but no, the Maestro Cam's going to spot her out. Barbara picks up the kill on the Nitro, and it's going to be a little bit too late there. As Endpoint pick up the round easily on time, and now things are looking towards an Endpoint victory on the first map.
Yeah, definitely so. North Sea are finding themselves 2 match points behind, or 2 map points behind, we must say, as we are fighting in a best of 3 right here. For that 3rd place, it's basically a difference of 10% of the total prize pool, so it's not like you're playing for nothing, right? It's definitely going to be something on the line right here, so you want to make sure that you do your best and give everything you got. But right now, it just seems like NSG is having some communication issues, maybe a lack of in-game leading to come through due to the bad time management to come out as well. Not sure what the issue is here.
They were definitely wasting a huge amount of time on their roam clear. I think that's pretty obvious, right? Like
Not just that, like they managed to clear it at like 1 minute 30, but then
Yeah.
they took till 30 seconds before they finally managed to actually start moving downstairs. And you also saw people still trying to clear out positions where friendlies were already present. Like you saw Lemon aiming down the side, looking at the master bedroom, whilst we had Disaster already playing in that position, shooting downwards into the actual site. So that just is a giveaway, a key sign right there from the communication not being on point right now, or someone not being totally present with their full state of mind.
5 seconds left.
Something they will have to fix for the next map to come up, or maybe even in the next 2 rounds if they want to, well, take this in a 2-0 fashion.
Definitely. Things have looked surprisingly uncoordinated from North Sea's end, especially during their attacks right now. They're going to have to step up their game if they want to bring this in and if they want to stand a chance at Yeah, trying to bring in this map to overtime. Don't forget, there's no draws here whatsoever. We are, of course, needing a victor here either way. So, well, we'll see Lemon hop in onto the study balcony and seeing what she can do from this side. Miss Marie downstairs as well, cutting off any flankers from this area. But we see Panda on the pulse once again, and this pulse has just been such an issue for Nossi.
It definitely has been an issue to deal with, and you wouldn't actually expect it with the likes of an IQ being up. It's so easy to counter at that point. You just have to get the right scans in, and well, this should be all she wrote, but it's not been the case so far. It's going to be Arya right here to try and get into the first gunfight. Won't be finding anybody as of yet. Marie quickly taking care of some of the utility that has been located on site. Midnight will be aware of that because that P12 is definitely standing out. We'll be aware of the IQ still there.
It's not exactly a quiet gun, is it,
No.
really? But
And it's such a unique sound as well. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. Arya could be able to do some opening, however, from below, and Midnight should be able to pick up a very early frag here. Miss Marie's going to be injured, but down but not out, as Arya tracing the frag. Will finish down Midnight, but looks like a refrag should come through here, and a great frag it will be from Panda, again, doing the work on the UMP. Will take one down. Miss Marie will get revived, however, in Piano, but Nossi, their room close not looking good, and they've just lost their buck as well.
yeah, that's definitely going to be a rough one, but maybe this will actually force them to start going upstairs and actually attack this side. But the question is, what can they do? It looks like it's all over right now. They have the breach. That is true. They have that much. There's still two roamers downstairs. Panda is still below. Still has a C4 to play with. So if you manage to clear out the entire site, there's still going to be that C4 right there to deny you the plant. And as there's no one that's going to be countering that off. Meantime, we hear Nomad going off. I believe Panda was being hit by that one. It's going to be a beautiful shot from Miss Marie onto Midnight. Even though she is low HP, managed to pick up that frag, at least on the actual roamer that has been launched backwards. But there's going to be two players low as well on the likes of NSG. There is going to be yokai drones up. There's everything they need to just make sure that these plants are going to get stalled out or just not happen at all. We're just going to have to wait and see with these last 30 seconds to come down. They're kind of looking about where they're going to get spotted from or what's happening exactly. It seems like a bit of cluelessness coming through right here, but it's going to be easy with the first frag onto Lemon. Miss Marie manages to take down Panda. That's a very huge pick. That's a C4 gone. We also have the down on Disaster. It's going to be another kill. It's all up to Miss Marie right now. The one who has been carrying the team for such a long time is 6 seconds right now to kill everybody in the group. Wants to maybe go for the revive, but there is no time for that, so needs to go for the plant. But there is Yokai's drones, there is these Gumais, there's nothing she can do. And the timer runs out. It's going to be endpoint to reach 7 first. And with that, they take map number 1 against NSG. Something we did not really expect to happen, as we favored NSG to win this one.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, we've seen Endpoint be victorious very recently on Villa. We've seen them have really good jobs on Villa recently and across the season as well. Northsea just having a really bad game there, but Miss Marie definitely putting frogs on the board. What do you think about that one, Brimstone?
I thought that was a really good match. Let's not forget the fact, too, we know that Northsea, we favored them coming into this, but this was Endpoint's map choice. And I'd like to point out kind of an interesting storyline that these teams have created for this matchup here. This really is a matchup of redemption. And what I mean by that is they are playing for that third place. They're trying to redeem their spot in the playoffs. But let's not forget, yesterday, Endpoint was knocked out on Villa. They chose Villa. They came in and they won it. Next map, we are going to be seeing Consulate, which is the map that NSG got knocked out on yesterday as well. So both of these teams opting to choose maps to get that redemption in the playoffs here. So we've really set up for an interesting scenario here. I'm in that sense, I was almost rooting for Endpoint. Not so much favoritism for the team itself, but for the storyline. I think this is a really exciting opportunity. Obviously, it's a must-win for NSG going into their next map. Do you, Sternab, feel that they're favored on Consulate? I know they chose it, but are they truly favored?
So Endpoint haven't played Contra at all during the regular season, except from in Week 6 against Samsung Athena. And that was an 8-7. That went all the way as well. And obviously we did see it yesterday during the NSG Spies game. And it did go the way. I mean, you said it as well, Hap. It felt like NSG really should have won that game. That they just they threw it away. It was theirs to lose. They
They had the match points.
Yeah, you have defense first in OT. Like it should be an easy win for you, but Well, it didn't
Yeah.
happen, but it seems like more recently NSG do have the better consulate game, but there is also a sub in, and NSG seem
Mhm.
very uncoordinated right now.
Yeah, I mean, other than Miss Marie going ham with that 17K in 11 rounds, they're going to be looking for a bit more from the rest of their team. They showed some moments, but not as much of a complete team effort as we normally expect from NSG, to be honest. But
The
we'll
rest of
find
her,
out. Yeah, huh?
the rest of her team had 11 kills combined.
Ooh,
She
that
had
is.
17. Right,
Ye-
so
ye-
that shows something about the caliber that she brings to the team. And
mhm.
even though they might be a bit uncoordinated right now, which whatever issue that is, I don't know, but they'll have to fix it.
Yeah, we always see this with players, going off in certain matches, but that needs to be followed up by a complete team effort to secure it. You always have that big star, but everyone else needs to be a star as well to not have that go in vain. But either way, we'll find out in just a few minutes here. We are going to flip to a quick 5-minute break. We'll see everyone back for that next match on Consulate. See everyone in a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. We are getting set here for map number 2 of the first match of the day. This is to decide the third place team. This is between ENDPOINT. This is between NSG going at it here. NSG needs to win this next map to stay in it, as ENDPOINT have put themselves up 1-0 with that victory on Villa here. This is an exciting one. I'm Brimstone, of course, and we've got Sternab and Hap here, our two wonderful casters who brought you that last match. Just a fantastic job, guys. I'll just throw that out there. Really exciting stuff. But this excitement is also due in part, as I said just a few minutes ago, to the redemption effort of both teams here. This is what makes these maps so interesting, as ENDPOINT was able to redeem themselves on Villa, and now going to Consulate. Hap, do you think NSG will redeem themselves?
I hope so, but if they continue with the issues that they've had, which look like communication issues, I don't think they will. I think ENDPOINT is going to be able to close it out at that point, especially since looking back at it, they might have some flashbacks to Vietnam, so to say, as they should have won it yesterday, but just didn't, because Novo ran in and basically killed the Echo at the very second he was about to send out that stun that would have actually denied the plant, would have actually been match point for them. Then stuff like that kept on happening right there, just all fell apart as soon as it went to overtime. So they might not really feel as confident as they normally would on this map, especially like leading with a Villa like this where they make so many small mistakes. I think this might be ENDPOINT's map to take if NSG is going to be struggling right now as well.
Well, do you think there's something to be said, though? I mean, it was a nail biter. It was 8-7, and that was against Spies, though, which is now the team in the grand finals. And I feel like it sounds like at times we're knocking ENDPOINT, which we're not here, but Spies is a much tougher team than ENDPOINT. ENDPOINT is good, but Spies is really good. Is that something that NSG, do you think Sternab is telling themselves coming into this, like, hey, if we took it 8-7 to Spies, this is something we should be able to secure against ENDPOINT?
I think that's kind of what everyone's thinking, right? Like, NSG played out of their minds yesterday against Spies. Like, that is by far the closest matchup we've had across the entire season. Unfortunately, it just wasn't theirs to win. And we kind of said that they kind of should have been their map, that they did make a lot of kind of devastating mistakes. But honestly, we're seeing a lot of the same mistakes from them today as well. Like, the uncoordination, the mismanaging of droning, the not ability to refrag and stuff like that. A lot of those things are still happening right now. And I think also with the Serb, things are not exactly in NSG's favor. Both of these teams have gone to Consulate recently. Both of these teams have won on Consulate recently. Obviously, Nelsie did lose by 1 round yesterday, but they did play it during the regular season once. And so did ENDPOINT. So, and they both won on Consulate during the regular season. So this isn't a bad map for either team. But this is North Sea. They did want to go here. So clearly they have something in mind. It looks like we're just about ready to get into the map itself.
Yeah, speaking of going to Consulate, it seems like it's time. We are all set here for map number 2. Take it away, guys.
Goodbye, Brimstone.
Thank God. God. He's
gone
really,
again.
He just goes on, doesn't he?
Oh, he just keeps on talking. He just keeps on
Keeps
rattling
talking.
on, right? Like, how are we supposed to get in between
Yeah.
that? Just gotta wait until he gives us some airtime now.
Well, we're going to get into Consulate. It's going to be North Sea Gaming versus ENDPOINT, of course. They're going to swap it around, and ENDPOINT are going to start on the defense this time, which will give them the first ban, and it will be Nomad. I think that's a good ban. We saw Nomad being used pretty effectively by North Sea during Villa, and also just generally a good ban for Consulate overall.
Definitely. Basically, the, allows you to run out. Consulate, of course, a map that you often do that. Thatcher ban again coming in right here. I mean, why not? It worked out for the... Well, it didn't really work out for North Sea Gaming, but it worked out for ENDPOINT last time.
Yeah, and NSG did ban out Thatcher the last time they went here yesterday, but they also banned it during the regular season against Titanium Cloud. Oh, no, they didn't. They banned Blightbid. No, my bad.
But the Thatcher ban here is actually, like, really interesting, because we saw how ENDPOINT was able to, North Sea Gaming was able to just keep on dancing around the site right there when they tried to clear out the charges with, for example, the grenades from the Buck. Not being able to actually pick up the kill right there, and it was such a good thing to see how aware the players were from NSG about playing this map without a Thatcher. So they definitely have practiced that a lot, and that might actually be their strong point right now, which they need to get together, step it up, and take down ENDPOINT.
Okay, my bad. ENDPOINT were the ones who banned out Thatcher during the regular season on Consular against the Samsung Athena. So I think both of these teams should be aware of how to play this with a Thatcher ban on the board. I guess we'll see exactly how that is going to work out as we move into round number 1. It's going to be Barbara who takes the picks from the Alibi onto the Echo instead. So with the Echo and the Maestro in play, I think, this downstairs attack, also just generally like with the Thatcher ban, just make this harder, but also like clearing utility is a lot harder without a Thatcher in general.
There's one that I want to see more though.
Yep.
A Jaeger bin. It's risky.
Yep.
But if you practice with that, you just Kobe everyone. I mean, it could be a very, very good strategy actually. And I think like if we can just dip into the next matchup soon, that might be the way to actually get Queen as well. Just don't peek them and throw in grenades all the time.
Potentially. Well, we'll see exactly how Spies do want to play that one. But for now, we're going to get into our second map of ENDPOINT versus North Sea Gaming. Let's see exactly what wants to happen here exactly. So, it'll move you that downstairs defense, of course, and with that Thatcher ban, it's going to be significantly harder to get this wall open. Obviously, like, your main issue here is not clearing that wall quickly, but it is getting upstairs and getting that roam control early on.
It is definitely going to be the case right here, and we are, I believe, seeing quite a lot of roaming on the 3rd floor right here, so she's going to have to clear this one out first, and it's always been hard to do so, because these are just small confined spaces, and you're always you're always visible to multiple angles. There's so many corners that the defenders can hide in. Like, you really need to know what you're doing here. Your droning needs to be on point, because otherwise you're going to get caught off guard real easy. Right now, scans are coming in. Jaeger is going to get, well, so far exposed. And the entry frag is about to come in right here as it's the Hibana to actually miss his Arya not to pick up that frag. And Midnight now has been, woken up, so to say. There's actually 2 players trying to pick her up right here, but she managed to escape, but is right next to a soft wall. Eventually, it's going to be Miss Marie. That's a 3 or 4-man roam clear we saw coming out right there. Kalisa as well on the CEO windows. There was nowhere she could go. She was, basically confined to die at some point. Managed to waste 1 minute, but it's not a lot of time.
Decent clear by North Sea, for sure. And obviously your main issue is you just need this upstairs control. You need to just try and go for that. But Miss Marie's actually going to get injured. And she's going to be eliminated as well. How does Panda get away with it? And Thermite charge is, however, going to be opened up onto the garage. But Panda still alive and kicking down here on the yellow stairs. And this is... like, how does that happen? There's no one outside of yellow stairs either to shut that down.
No one able to take care of that indeed. And she now one behind. Not the ideal start here. We'll be taking care of some of the Bennett wires. Not sure if the wall was actually opened up. I believe it was.
Part of the wall was opened up the right side, but they could get both panels, sir.
Should be easily be picked up, but it's going to be Panda with a triple kill. I was going to say, like, just a peek in from the actual garage would have actually gotten you the kill right there. That's not going to be happening. Panda, however, is going to get tagged up quite a bit right there by Kalisa before she has to fall back, and that's exactly what she's doing right now. Going back to pipes, making sure that as soon as Disaster moves in, they're going to be ready to deal with that situation. Kalisa still opening up some vertical holes right here, trying to find a player. You should have been aware of that, as that is going to be a free kill to now come in onto Barbara. Bringing it back to a 2-and-3 situation.
Great early frags coming out here, it looks like, as Kalisa going to be moving all the way down. Disaster moves into the site as well, but Kalisa takes down Panda, and it's going to be all down to Aztec. She just get the down. No, not quite. Disaster's on 1 HP in the dream right now, and he's going to go for the plant. Nitro Cam is going to come out, but no, it's going to be destroyed, unfortunately. Disaster should be able to get this plant down successfully. And this is not looking good. Oh, what a shot from Aztec. He just managed to get one on the board, but the ping is constantly coming out. Disaster, 1 HP in a dream, but they're both so very low right now. Aztec should know where she is right now. It's going to be a very hard area to contest indeed. The pre-fire should start to come out. She's got to know she's there. Could play very close with this indeed. Could go for the just diffuser and just try and bait it out. Diffuser, counter diffuse starts to come down. Disaster slowly getting ready to peek this out right now. But Aztec just seems to pick it right now. The pre-fire comes down from both sides right now. And this is such a weird angle to be playing around. Aztec just moving to try and pre-fire around. But no, will not be able to kick it up just yet. As North Sea will take round number 1. Disaster will clutch it out.
I believe if she stuck it, should have actually been able to just get the defuse right there, because this ass was moving in so slow. And the pre-fire was just way too early as well, which alerted her. Disaster almost throwing that as well, but just keep on moving in. Like, she could have just gone off at that point. And it would have been around one already, but they managed to get it in the end nonetheless. Even though Panda with a huge 3-piece right there. They allowed NSG to get onto the side, and they just cleared it up, even though they weren't supposed to. Also, the Maestro Barbara decided to go off the actual camera.
I'm pretty sure the camera was destroyed, and they had an echo drone underneath the black car.
I thought she actually went off at the actual second that she would have, if she needed one more zap, right, to get the kill.
Yeah.
I think she went off being afraid that she got pushed, but it might have actually been the 180 from the thermite. Yeah.
I think you got shot. No, I think you got shot from the yellow stairs, from the gridlock.
Alright,
yeah. The yellow stairs at the same
because
time.
I was saying like the thermite wasn't watching it, right? So it shouldn't have been that.
That was the Maestro cam that was in the very, very corner of the garage, right next to where the plant was going down, right? So, a very easy one to try and shoot out. Normally, you see one going, like, next to the white van, so you can get that kind of angle underneath the white van, and much harder to try and shoot out.
10 seconds to insertion.
Well.
Oh, well.
Despite all that, we're actually going to be already going upstairs. Even though this really was not a bad defense at all, the downstairs from Endpoint.
No, they should have been able to pick it up, but it might have been due to individual plays from Panda, for example, to come in clutch. That they think right now, like, we might not be able to get it that close a second time, let alone win it. Let's just quickly change things up here and go upstairs because, well, oh, that's unfortunate. And no one is going to be able to actually deny that drone as well, so they're going to be able to drive that away. It's just free intel. Panda is saying free real estate right there. It's moving into safety as well.
You're turning into Parker with that one. Free real estate. He says that all the time.
And also start talking about drone economy like Brimstone did yesterday, and then I mean, they already called me Budget Parker in the Benelux, so.
There we go. We'll see the repels coming outside outside of admin. Midnight still holding it down. Although with Izzy as well. Drones are coming out as well, and Mozzie's actually managed to find one of her own.
Second one?
Yeah.
Oh
This we talked about drone economy a little bit there, but yeah, it's going to be a bit of a reverse drone economy, I assume. We see Endpoint still holding on quite well, but there is no clear from the admin side coming up. But that's to say that Miss Marie is the first one to jump into hell. Scalisa takes one off the board.
Yeah, Panda right there, taking off. That's the Mozzie. Actually jumped out. Oh, we punished for it. That means that those drones will no longer be driving around, but still can, of course, be used to spot out some enemies. Izzy right here on a very good spot right here. Spots out the actual player, and that is why you do not exactly spot straight away. As soon as you can, won't be able to find the second one. As the Hibana is going to be able to confirm that kill. Won't be taking any damage because of it. Miss Marie falling right there. That should not have happened. That's why you just check the corner first before you're going in for the actual spot, because your gun sticks out. It's such a weird thing to do right there. That is just losing you your life. 9 out of 10 times. It's going to be Arya now to pick up Aztec. So it's NSG fighting back. Right now, only Midnight and Barbara are left alive. And after, well, Garage didn't really work out due to small mistakes in the end. This one seems to be a bit harder as well. Midnight will have to cross a lot of track stingers right here. With that, we'll be making her position known. Smoke is now coming out. It's actually going to be giving her cover instead to actually deny all these track stingers to make her way back up. Barbara is going to get a beautiful headshot there on Kalisa. That's beautiful. Managed to get the second one as well. Barbara just turning it all around on her lonesome. Disaster jumps in. She is going to be aware of this. Most likely we'll get that peek soon as well. Diffuser now has been recovered. Shots are coming down. Plant will be coming in soon. Midnight going back to the spiral stairs as she actually realizes there's way too much track stingers there. Pre-fire comes in from Barbara. Won't be able to hit them as of yet. Managed to almost get the second one though. It was peeking out with her head right there, but it's going to be Midnight to come in from the flank. Managed to pick up one. Goes for the second, and we'll get that one as well. And we'll manage to clean it up right there. And that is going to be the defuse to come in after a great round right there from Barbara and Midnight. Especially Barbara, who just managed to hold them off and bring it back to a 2-2 situation. Midnight to just come in and sweep it up. Beautiful round right
I
here
think
from
that
Endpoint.
smoke kind of screwed them there with how deep it went. They put it like really deep into connector rather than just like at the connector door itself to try and prevent like a Stewie 2K situation. So like we saw the Maestro like peeking out quite nicely out of that, and the Therma you could tell like didn't really know where that Maestro was. If they were still in connector or where, like, yeah, disappointing after such a great entry frag ability coming out from North Sea across the board. But there we go. We're going to move into round number 3. And Endpoint are going to find their first defense, and they're going to confidently go back downstairs.
Yeah, that one was a bit closer. than the last one, you would almost say, even though they managed to win the last one. It was due to a great round from Barbara and Midnight to turn around a 2-on-4 situation, which should not have been lost right there, but somehow managed to lose it anyway on the side of NSG. Meaning Endpoint right now will be basically forced to go to the garage because the lobby most likely will not be the most favorite bomb site. Let's see if they can change things up and actually keep control of the garage this time. Make sure that those two fraggers are not allowed to just move in and sweep up those kills. Because that is basically what made them lose it the last time.
Yeah, I mean, we saw such great jobs done by Panda on the roam, and she was doing a lot of similar work as well the previous round, right? Like
5 seconds remaining.
so like Panda's just doing a lot of work during kind of like refragability. And just like general roaming, just generally being a pain in the roam. So, you know, we'll have a look at what North Sea's roam clear does entail here. They did waste a decent amount of time during the last attack. We kind of said maybe like 1 minute 20 on the roam. But overall, they kind of came off it quite badly until we did see those frags come out from Panda. So, the Jackal coming out here again from Miss Marine, obviously good to see.
The Jackal being used is always a good thing to see. Actually makes the actual people start moving as well. Probably Miss Marie soon to be finding a actual person right here. All you need now is a drone, a spot, and then Miss Marie can just instantly pre-fire Midnight right there in that position. There's nowhere she can actually go. Arya will be picking up the first frag onto Izzy. Not sure where that happened from. Oh, that's from the connector. It's going to be Midnight now to pick up Lemon. Midnight going aggressive right there. We'll be finding Miss Marie as well. That's a double kill to come in for Midnight. Beautifully played, and that's basically denying all the two huge operators, especially that Jackal. It's going to make it a lot harder to clear the rest of the roamers. No critical operators lost, though. Not as of yet on the attack, so the attack can still take place.
Not just that, but Midnight has now successfully completely retaken admin side. Yeah. So, like, you now can't pinch as attackers, right? Like, what they were trying to do. Panda picks up another one of her own, however. Kalisa does go down, and all of a sudden, well, North Sea Gaming find themselves in a 2v4. It's nothing short of a disaster right now. Disaster herself will try and move off, but the wall is still banditted. Well, things not looking too good at all. Are you going to try and move around instead? If Disaster, like, opens up this yellow stairs door and just tries to hold that instead, while Arya tries to push through the other side, I think this could be successful. Maybe she comes through into, like, benches or something like that, but at the moment, things seem a little bit lost. But there we go. Disaster is going to try and move through into benches. They seem quite far apart right now, but Arya is going to move up, is going to support her. Midnight just holding down bottom spiral.
Jump in right there into zigzag. Or whatever call you want to give it right there. It's going to be Arya to be picked up next right here by the actual Jaeger. But actually, no. It's going to be Midnight to fall to Arya. Wasn't supposed to go that way. Arya not actually having the right pre-aim set up right there. But it's going to be the next one right there into the archives. Barbara to go for the one, go for the two. Barbara actually stepping up this game. Working miracles with the ACOGs. Last round with the Maestro. Now cleaning up right here with the Echo. Of course, these are not as critical as the two were last round. But it's definitely still a good pat on the back right here. A good confidence boost for the likes of Endpoint. We're now 1-2 up. We'll be going lobby press. But Barbara really doing well right here. Can we see the scoreboard? There we go. 4 kills. So those 4 kills were... Oh my god.
On random before as well.
It's Shanko.
Lobby press room defense, as we will go there for Endpoint. I'm kind of surprised that we don't see a Capitao in the lineup here from North Sea. I think that the Capitao is kind of like one of the most defining attacking operators on Consulate. And the fact that he's been allowed to get through the ban phase, but not only that, we're not seeing him at all for the lobby press room. Because I could have forgiven it on the other rounds because you don't know it's going to be lobby press room, right? And the upstairs you can do with an admin side take, and, well, you know, we seem to see that was their plan to do an admin side take, so they didn't need the Capitao for that. But I think, like a north, like a front door plant is so much easier when you bring a Capitao into your lineup, right?
It is definitely. It's going to be, like, you can just basically deny that left door right there, where a lot of attackers will be picking out from. You can put an incendiary on it, you can put a smoke arrow on it, and then you're already basically cut off, well, half the positions you're going to be peeked from. The other ones are going to be the top floor, of course, with all the shotgun holes that normally come in. I'm not sure if Endpoint is going to be making use of those. Doesn't seem like it. Only Panda has a shotgun available to her. No smoke is interesting here. Actually, I like the smoke on the defense just to deny that main door, but...
I mean, I don't mind the lack of smoke here. I think we're like in a pretty nitro-heavy meta, and the way that these teams have been playing has been pretty aggressive, right? But you know, it's good. Like, it's more of like your opinion, right? Like what you want to bring here, what kind of defense you want to do. We do have soft reach, of course, on the board, and we do see the Echo and the Maestro both being brought. Something that has been pretty prevalent here for Endpoint as well. Like they did it last map as well.
Oof. Midnight again with a beautiful entry to go in. It's going to be Lemon to be removed off the board. It's a Sophia gone. There's definitely some utility that they might have wanted to use to actually push out one or two roamers on that top floor.
And clear out the Maestros as well.
Was it a run out as well?
Yeah, it was a run out from Visa.
Oh no. That is so destructive right there for the setup of NSG. And as Miss Marie now is going to be the one to enter copy room. There is going to be presence of an actual pest right there. Not sure if they actually count that drone, because otherwise it would be the smartest decision to just jump in right there. Is he playing on connector, the actual only operator upstairs? We have Midnight halfway through Visa stairs though to go for backup. The question is, will Disaster know? Midnight picks up the second one, because Disaster didn't actually know. Arya got killed from the Visa stairs. It's just a miscommunication of NSG sipping through right here again. Miss Marie now only up with Kalisa to try and secure what's left in this round, but it looks like Endpoint is going to be taking this 1-3 as they once again find themselves in a 2-4 situation. This shouldn't be happening right here. Like, we saw like signs that there was miscommunication happening on the side of NSG last match, but this is definitely showing as well. Someone getting killed in connector by the Visa stairs and you just running right past it is not the way to go amongst things right here. Midnight definitely making full use of that with a roaming potential in all these skills.
There's just no time really whatsoever right now for NSG to try and make something happen here, but it's about 35 seconds left to go on the clock. Miss Marie will find the diffuser, but it's going to be an ace from Midnight, and the clock will strike. As Midnight will just pick up everything. That's 2 rounds in a row now as well, where Midnight has pretty much won the round just through pure fragging ability on the Jaeger. So, like, you know, that's exactly Jaeger's job right there, to be able to put those frags on the board, and well, Midnight is just doing beautifully with it.
Definitely, and the way she plays is also so effective against a team that is struggling with the communication right now. You can see it left, right, and center. Like, she knows how to rotate. The calls are not coming through, so she knows when she can go aggressive as well. And as long as she's allowed to do this, she'll continue to do it and actually pick apart the likes of NSG. So, don't know whether it's just NSG not really caring enough to go for it now, or if it's the substitute that's coming in, or still the tilt from yesterday. But something is like preventing them from playing like they did yesterday. And Endpoint is really stepping up the game right here. They took map number 1. They're now 1-3 in front, looking to take home at least 1, maybe 2 more rounds, because, well, to be honest, this one has to be theirs as well. They have won this one before.
Yeah, I mean, like, you look at yesterday's consulate results, right? And it was a direct 3-3 split, right? There was no advantage to the defense or the attack at all.
No.
You're looking at this right now, and it's all Midnight. Well, Midnight and Pando have just been putting so many frags on the board for Endpoint's roam game. And, yeah, it seems to be just no answer right now. Like, not only that.
To the end. Like,
yeah, no, definitely. But not only that, like, the way that Midnight was playing it, and not last round, but the round before, like, you're getting pinched from both sides, from both the admin side, your connector window is open as well, you've got people replying outside of console, you're about to get pinched on the roam, right? In that situation, you have to push aside, you have to put some frags on the board, you have to try and retake one of those areas to prevent yourself from getting collapsed in on, and that's exactly what she managed to do. It's kind of crazy if she managed to get both the kills on those, but you have to, like, kind of make an effort on that part. So really well played from Midnight to be able to play the roam game like that. And, well, you know, it seems to be all her right now.
She's doing some good stuff right here. Lemon, aware of a potential run out to come home again. A bit of a scarred for another one to come through. You just simply put, well, a nomad on there if you would have picked that, just to make sure that wouldn't happen, but it's not going to be the case. Arya, if you would have just shot there, you could have had a headshot right there through the wall if that wasn't reinforced. So frustrating to see sometimes how you see the team struggle. Right now, Kalisa trying to find someone in Visa, but no one is going to be playing there. It's going to be Panda all the way below to give away some information to the rest of her team with that cardiac sensor. Knowing where they are.
Very, very easy to do so here as well. This is like such a unique position for Pulse as well. It's like one of the only places where you can see through 2 floors.
It's so hard to contest.
Yeah.
Oh, Marie's actually coming for the contest all the way in garage. Look at that. She's on our scanner as well, trying to find Panda, so she's aware of the fact that Pulse is playing downstairs. Most likely have found her now. There we go. She's going to be pushing through and is going to be trying to get the kill, but Pulse is going to be aware as well. And there's going to be the pre-fire right here coming down from the Pulse. Will be missing, so we're going to be finding ourselves in a little bit of a gunfight right here. Miss Marie now rotating out. We'll be trying to find a different angle. And Panda is going to be unaware of the fact where Miss Marie is actually going to be pushing from. Panda right now will be caught off guard right there by Marie. Good call for Marie to rotate around.
Yeah.
Panda wasn't aware. It's going to be midnight.
It's just like an unwinnable scenario there, right? Yeah. Like with the way that Miss Marie peeks that. Like such a long angle to try and contest, and you're in a situation where you're in Harry Potter, you have to move out. So yeah, but like, you know, good clear from Miss Marie and everything like that, but a lot of time wasted by the Pulse there, but no Nitro left remaining on the board now. And that should leave NSG clear for that push to start to go down, as Aria does find Aztec. Now find themselves in the 3v5, but Endpoint still have that control over the site. Flashbangs do go down, the push starts to come through as well. The entry moves in, Izzy takes one down, but instantly gets traded out as Midnight finds one of her own. Miss Marie does go down, it's all down to Midnight, and of course Barbara to try and make something happen here, but there's not a lot of time left right now, as Midnight is actually going to rotate all the way below through Visa. Lemon very low HP. Kalisa holding down the rotate, but she's got a fuser.
No one didn't seem to know. My question is there still an Evil Eye able to actually do something? Doesn't seem to be the case as the pre-fire now coming through. Arya right here. Will be picking up that beautiful frag right there. That's very important. And we're going to see Midnight stuck in the track stingers right there. Won't be able to move through slowly because it just takes you so much damage to actually do that. It's going to find herself in a 1-on-3 situation now. And everything is just tracked off. There's nowhere that she can come from. Arya will be holding off this rotation as well. As soon as she moves through, she will be finding C7E from that Jekyll to try and take her out. She gets spotted right here, actually. Does she get spotted? Yes, she does get spotted. Gunfight coming through, and it's going to be Arya to finish it off as well. RC managed to fight back for at least this round. Most likely going to go back to the garage right now, as that was way more comfortable for the likes of Endpoint.
And if North Sea can find one more round here, they can put themselves in a very comfortable position moving into the second half. And while it's definitely been a bit of a slow start for them, that was definitely a much more coordinated push than we've seen before. Great roam clear coming out from them as well. Slightly miscoordinated on the roam, I think, from Endpoint, especially when we had Midnight rotate downstairs to try and help out Panda. Yeah. But it was too little too late by that point. Miss Marie had already got the frag and rotated out. Like, the reactionary ability from the roam was not there.
Midnight was ready to take down Miss Marie, but only if she would have moved from the other side. Like, she was expecting her to actually push Harry Potter from the way that she first peeked him. And that wasn't going to be the case, so unfortunately there, Miss Marie, well, fortunately for NSG, but unfortunately for End, they weren't ready for the play that Miss Marie made right there. And we'll have to bring it up to garage right now to bring this up to 4-2. And like, in my opinion, Consulate is often a very balanced map still. It really depends on the playstyles, however, of both these teams. But
that's just like your opinion, man.
Is it my okay? Yeah.
I'm glad Brimstone gets that reference. I can see him laughing.
Oh, okay. There I didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta explain me later on.
Right over 6 gets underway. It's going to be the final defense round here for Endpoint. We'll see exactly how that is going to be going down. Like, North Sea are in an actually, like, completely fine situation now. Like, having found those 2 rounds on Consulate. And I think in this particular situation with the bans, it is slightly more in the favor of the defense.
Yeah, definitely true. Thatcher ban really hurts Nomad as well. So you're allowed to go for those runouts. Hard to take care of these bandit wires as well, so. Okay, yeah, no, definitely.
It kind of like, it forces a roam clear, right, in this scenario, right? And we've seen that Endpoint's roam has been pretty powerful when you do have to contest it. That's kind of like one of the issues with Consulate, that it's very easy to roam on it. Like, there's so many abilities to just move from point A to point B. There's 3 staircases that go from the bottom floor to the top floor.
So many rooms as well, like small rooms
Yeah.
you can hide in, and then just so many walls that you can use to your advantage. Midnight now dropping back down. And she has been spotted out by the drones. Marie is still... Yeah, that's scary if there's a punch.
Yeah, yeah.
No, there's no one behind it. Someone could just rotate back in as Arya almost managed to get the frag right there at Midnight, and that will actually warn her and push her back towards the actual floor. But look at the time wasted, 1 minute 30, and there still hasn't been any, well, second floor control, first floor control, we must say. Because they're all upstairs, all the way upstairs. Open up one of the hatches now. It's not going to be the hatch you want to be approaching from. And the rest hasn't even been touched yet. We see Disaster just camping on the yellow staircase door. Miss Marie now going to be the one to clear everything out with Arya. That's going to be leaving us at 1 minute left now. As the termite charge will still have to go through. The bandit is still available as well. There we go. It's going to get tricked once again.
What?
And this shouldn't be happening.
Oh,
actually,
my
we'll be
God.
getting it. And now Disaster is like, well, that means I only have one of these left. The wire is going to get destroyed, though, so there's no need to waste a second charge. That can actually go on the right wall and will be used so as well. It's going to be Midnight now to pick up one. Miss Marie will go for the trade straight away, but she was so low on HP that wasn't even allowed to happen. And also, it's going to be the Gridlock, so no track stingers will be deployed whatsoever. With 30 seconds left, they not sure if they open up both hatches that they want to. But we have 4 people upstairs. We have 1 in the actual garage right here. So they need to go for the actual hold right here. They need to protect Disaster, who has to go in for the plant. But there is still this yokai drone that hasn't been taken out by the IQ. And as the Maestro Chem is now actually zapping as well. There we go. We'll keep on continuing to zap. It's going to be trying to take down Disaster. We'll actually succeed in doing so. No, it will not be happening. But it's going to be Lemon to pick up one. There comes Aztec with the one. And it's going to be the actual yokai blast as well to, for now, stop things out. And with the last very second, it's going to be the yokai that hasn't been found by the IQ to clutch out that round. And Endpoint will win it.
This is why you don't let both Echo and Maestro through.
There's so much denial at that point.
There's so much denial. There's 2 yokai drones available, 2 Maestro cams, both aiming at the same point as well. Like, what is happening there? That is allowed to happen. That the the IQ doesn't pick up any of the yokai drones.
Not just that. Yeah, I was
Very
about to say they took care of all the Bennett wires from upstairs by scanning with the ED.
Yeah.
EOD. What's it called? EOD, right? I don't know. What doesn't matter with the cassette threat from IQ.
I just call it the IQ scanner.
Yeah. And they didn't manage to actually see the yokais right there, or not calling it out. I'm not sure, but there's an echo on the board, right? So you should be aware of the fact that there's going to be yokai drones.
Also, in this situation, right, your first person gets downed or starts getting shot at. You know that now Maestro and Echo are both on cams. Neither of them are looking at you.
It was a
flirt.
2-3.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that you try and just heavy execute there and just go for a plant, I think that's the very wrong call from NSG. But, well, that may cost them in the long run. But we'll see how it is going to be moving through as we move to round number 7. It's going to be North Seas Gaming's first defense. Apparently, according to our lovely producer Blonde Bond, IQ's gadget is called the Red Mark III Spectre. I've never heard of that before in my life.
Neither did I. I'm just so mind blown. I thought I had like a nice abbreviation as well.
Yeah.
But I like the cassette threat.
Yeah, the cassette. Let's just call it the cassette threat.
Yeah,
that's
cassette threat.
In my head canon. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fuck you, Simon.
We'll move into round number 7 and see exactly how it's going to go down. It's going to be the first attack for Endpoint here so far. Things looking really good for them to try and take the series.
Yeah, it definitely looks good. They're going to have the advantage. They have 2 rounds in front right now. As we do see the cassette threat right there being used by Panda. Trying to check out if someone is checking cams or if there's any utility deployed in admin, because they want to take care of that. And there we go. Panda sweeping in like she's done many times before. Actually was quite effective against Queen yesterday. Managing to get a lot of opening kills, just not the rounds eventually, because Queen is just too strong for them. But maybe she will be able to make it happen now.
So, we'll move into round number 7 and see exactly how it's going to be going down. We do see the Capital making an entrance, of course. They talk a little bit about it as well. We did talk about like a kind of a lobby attack, but also kind of a console take as well. I love this lineup from Endpoint. I think this is a great lineup from them.
It is
The
definitely
thermite
very good.
isn't necessary here, but to be fair to them, they don't know it's going to be an upstairs.
You could be downstairs as well, right? Everything
Yeah.
can happen, but it's going to be Arya to get the first frag onto Barbara. Barbara, who has been so impactful for 2 very important rounds right there. That's well, just not a hit. And now he's just going to stay outside. She doesn't mind. She's just going to stay. Ooh.
What?
Just...
Claymore?
What?
Hello?
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Escapes death right there by a thin margin. Arya. 3 speed, so to say.
She's
We're
got
just gonna
the
build on that.
EOD perk on, you know?
Oh, yeah, EOD perk. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, has worked in gangs as well, you know. So you
Yeah.
arm bombs. It's going to be easy to pick up Miss Marie now. It's going to be the first frag for Endpoint on the board. It's going to be the Legion gone. Important frag. Important player and important operator off the board. But unfortunately, the Capital has been lost. And it's going to be hard to deny the fact that they kind of needed that utility for the execute.
Panda's going to try and move in and see what she can do right now, but they're only just getting this projector wall open right now. As there is a bandit charge still on one of the walls. Panda still going to try and move up. Smokes are going to go out as well. Panda is deep into the site, but does not have a diffuser. Is not going to try and make something happen here right now, but Izzy is the one who does have that diffuser in hand, but nope, she'll get taken off the board easily enough. Kalisa from the connector will remove her. Arias below as well. This is not looking good at all for Endpoint. Aztec still covering the long angle, does manage to pick up one, Midnight picks up another, but into the trade scoop from the but the diffuser goes down successfully. Kalisa goes down as well, and all of a sudden it's all down to Lemon, the sub, to try and bring something in here. Diffuser is down, we're in a post-plant situation right now. Lemon doesn't seem to have a lot of info on what's going on the site exactly.
They got the vertical hole. We got one player below, I believe, watching. Oh, no, actually moved up to the spiral stairs, but Lemon seems to be aware of this. Wants to go for the pre-fire. We'll be able to pick up that frag. Now is going to be fighting Izzy, who's very low on HP, and that carbine will actually be able to do it. Manages to swap over to the pistol. That shouldn't have happened. Izzy doesn't manage to pick up that kill, and NSG find themselves on round number 3 now. That should have been, like, the swap to the pistol should have been the end of Lemon right there, but luckily just enough HP to survive that shot from the 5.56 XI. Crazy round right there.
How does that happen? Oh, God. Like, it seemed like it was really going back and forth. Like, I thought, honestly, like, as soon as you lose your Capital there for your execute, it's over, right? Like,
Yeah.
But
they shouldn't have lost it, the 2v.
Yeah, they almost brought it in. They put the diffuser down. They have the crossfire established, and just, yeah, what a disaster at the end there. It just went just all pear-shaped, I guess, at the end there. Midnight still doing the work, however, losing that first attack, it's not a great start, but that is kind of like one of the harder attacks to do here. It is one of the core sites. We do expect the defense to normally win that. So
Definitely. Well, nothing lost yet.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Just
being
one
defused.
round of the 3 they need. You have 5 more shots now to make that happen. As NSG is trying to fight back. They wanna go to map number 3. They wanna take the 3rd place. They're not here to get memed on, so to say. It's gonna be Endpoint to try and prove themselves that they are here to well, they had a good run to eventually get in, right? To get to the to the actual playoffs, so that they want to show that if the season was maybe a bit longer, they might have been in the top 2, top 3 as well. And as far as it looks right now, the numbers 2 to 4 are actually pretty close, based on the score lines that we've seen. It's just Queen that we still have to wait for is going to be challenged by Spies or not.
yeah, that will definitely be an interesting matchup coming up later today. But for now, we'll see Endpoint on their 2nd attack. Of course, they're 3 rounds away from closing out the series and guaranteeing a 3rd place placement. We'll see how exactly this is all going to be working out as Endpoint start their attack. Things, you know, still looking pretty good for them. Like, they almost brought back that round from what saw, like, the brink of defeat.
Yeah. Good, well, turn around, so to say, and it's going to be Panda quickly scanning out if there's any roamers. It's always a little bit dangerous to just run around with that scanner on. Might just think things are safe, whilst they're actually not. Never know what could happen right there.
So, we'll see the reverse repels coming out from Azteca, seeing what she can do on this roam clone. Again, we did see from the other side that we did have a big issue with the roam clear, but that's not going to be too much of an issue as Miss Marie already big top fragger for NSG is going to be eliminated off the board very early on indeed. Looks like they're going to try and go for this push sooner rather than later, try and get this wall open. Do have the book trying to enter from above, of course, from Aztec, but they do have a bit of a bathroom hole going on here from the smoke.
It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be very important for them to hold it, though. I believe the hatch is opened up as well, so it'll be quite a critical position to hold on to. Right now, these X-Cars charges are being deployed.
Oof, yeah, this is going to be really, really hard for her to hold down. Khaleesi's going to very quickly realize that she's going to die there if she tries to hold it down. We'll drop off on the hatch, and that's also going to give up that upstairs control completely now. It should be Aztec. You should be able to quickly move in and take everything from the board. No IQ on the board, however, but no Echo, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue as Aztec from above will be able to do what she can. The smoke is going to, of course, get Jackal tracked as well. Now they're going to be able to confirm, okay, we have this upstairs control, we have piano control, we can remove these bands off the board, we can get open these hatches, we can get open this wall, and we can do everything what we want to do.
Yeah, right now, there we go. Walls are going to get opened up. Hatches are opened up by Midnight as well. Make sure that the, well, Benetric doesn't come down like it did on you guys there. Doesn't seem to be the case. The down comes now down onto Khaleesi. That's going to be the smoke off the board. It's going to be a 3-on-5 situation. Effectively, are they going to go for the pick-up? But lose like it indeed. Have to be very careful that Aztec is not actually going to be opening this up with a skeleton key. Still has 5 shots left, and that could be detrimental right there. But it's not going to be happening as of yet.
There's really not a lot of people on site to try and shut down this push at all. The Maestro Hammer course is still up, and Midnight gonna whiff so much, but he's actually managed to get the down as well. Barbara picks up one of her own. It's all down to Lemon, the sub, to try and bring this in. Diffuser is going down. It will successfully be planted as well. Maestro Cam is still available, however, for the info, as Lemon does go for this trade up and see what she can do here, but looks like he's trying and go for the revive. Diffuser slowly doing its work, but Lemon still has plenty of time to work with. We'll go for the revive disaster. She will manage to get picked up. Disaster will try and go for the peak. Panda, however, holding from above from the hatch as well. Pre-fires coming out from both sides. Lemon taking lots of damage here as Disaster trying to push up as well. Tries to go for this pre-fires, but still can't find anyone. Lemon's actually downed right now. And, well, now we'll go the other one. There goes Disaster as Endpoint. Take a round of break in their very first attack.
First attack for Endpoint on the board after 2 rounds. Only need 2 more to drag in the entire series right here. And they're looking hungry to get it. Looking hungry to beat NSG right here. Even though they are playing with a sub, the same counts for Endpoint. Buck again coming out, always fan of that. As we are going to garage again, of course. Let's see if they can perfect their clear now.
I mean, it was a pretty good clear, honestly.
It was a very good clear, but
they took out the mute instantly on the yellow stairs, and then I think maybe it could have been a bit quicker, but other than that, it was a really good clear.
The only thing. It could be quicker, right? That's the only thing they could perfect it on because they didn't lose players whilst doing it.
I think the big thing as well, like considering where the smoke was playing, like Khaleesi, like as soon as that wall gets opened up on benches, you cannot hold that at all. So yeah, like I think like that's a critical part. Like you're not having to deal with the smoke in that position whatsoever. You're gaining upstairs control for basically no cost, really, like 2x Kairos to just force the smoke out of that position. That's a very cheap and efficient way of doing that roam clear. So
I had a feeling she could actually stay longer though by just moving a little bit forward, right?
Yeah, maybe. Like it's like a kind of like a cost scenario, right? Like if the smoke wants to stay alive for as long as she can, right? And if she can fall off, and that's going to guarantee her ability to maybe try and go for that plant diffuse, it's more beneficial. Like maybe if it's a mute playing upstairs, it would have been better.
Yeah. Like
the
dispatchable operator, right?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Critical for the last few seconds of the round, like the smoke could be. But unfortunately, not the case, and that means that right now it's going to be end to be on 5. First, only need 1 more to reach the match points that they so well desire. Aztec right here, ready to go up to the CEO. Midnight already waiting on the window for the actual call to come through. It's going to be safe, so she can rappel in. Pre-fire's coming through. Won't be able to find anyone because there is no one upstairs. They're all actually located here at the bottom floor. Now, actually, Arya right now into the bathroom right here. We'll be jumping out onto, is he actually? And we'll be finding that kill as well. That's going to be the Termite gone. That should not happen. We'll be traded away, though, by Barbara. And there is only the Midnight left now, but I don't know. The spot was already coming down at the moment she killed her, so what happened there?
I don't understand how you even allow something like that to happen. That's such an insanely long run out to happen there. But, well, it'll be successful, and that is 100% definitely worth it. That is your thermite off the board. That's going to make things very, very difficult here for Endpoint to try and make through.
And it's definitely going to make things difficult indeed. And right now they're trying to get angles onto the bathroom, maybe being afraid that someone's going to be holding it from that position again. Probably they were droning that at the point that she could actually kill right there. Don't know what the position was she was actually located in. It's like you're basically exposed from both the windows, from both the yellow stairs window as the actual bathroom window. So might want to choose in the future to go for either one. Stingers deploy right there onto the white stairs. Will be, well, spiral stairs, I must say. Will be making sure that no one will be coming back up from the area. It's going to be Kalisa right now. That will actually going to be, well, will be stuck now. Is not going to be able to move out unless she's actually going to be going for the kills. But Aztec, look at that, 1 HP. It's definitely going to be able to make something happen. Smoke comes through and will force Kalisa out. There's actually Softball right there next to her. Not sure if that's going to be the best plan.
I think like the other side of it's reinforced, surely here.
I'm pretty sure it's soft in that actually. There we go. Will be picked up.
It was soft. What?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Miraculous, so to say.
Yeah, well, it is going to be the upstairs control now established for Endpoint. They should be able to make something work here, but only 30 seconds left to go on the clock. And well, it is a 3v4, but well, things are going to be very difficult for them to open up.
Didn't use the X-Cars to actually clear out the roam, as Panda is going to be taking a lemon because they knew that they had to use them to actually get the breach going on here. Disaster right now is going to be the one to actually make sure that this plan doesn't come through. But will be spotted out. The shoulder gets spotted out. The smoke now comes through as well. Disaster is the one to hold it, but it won't happen. It's Barbara to do it, and that was just a couple of seconds left. But Endpoint, they remained calm. They remained collective. And right now they got 6 rounds on the board. They will have 3 match points to get that 3rd place confirmed. And I'm pretty sure that North Sea Gaming is just destroyed right now. It's like the mentality has to be gone. There's no way that they're still going to be coming back from this.
Really good recovery though from Endpoint of that round. Like losing your thermite, not an easy thing to come back from at all. And as you said, like it requires you to adapt and not use your X-Kairos on that roam clear. You have to use it for that area, right? You have to use it for the bathroom area, right? And like you have to use it instead for the garage, right? You have to save it, like it's adaptability. You have to find another way to clear that area out. Aztec is going to be bringing Blackbeard for the very first time in this series. I like this pick. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, especially if you're going to be able to take care of the runouts.
Yeah, this is like the only situations where I would consider Blackbeard a very viable tactical pick, right? Like, just for this, just repel onto the console windows, hold down that angle, maybe onto the connecting windows as well, if you wanted to. Like, there's so many options here. Blackbeard just owns window repels.
Definitely. It's so hard to deal with as well because you basically need to hit 3 shots in a row. Maybe even 4 if you want to get that kill, if you want to win that gunfight.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a look how it is going to be moving down, but it's going to be match and also series point now for Endpoint. If they can take this attack, or one of the next few attacks, then they will take the series and confirm their 3rd place spot.
With that, they would be taking 20% of the prize pool distribution that is, well, basically all supplied by the community. I believe it was every single sub, every single bit, every single, was it donation as well?
Yeah, every donation. Big shout out to Versarex as well. I think that guy hit something like 350 gifted subs or something like that.
Sponsor of CCSW League.
Basically is. Big shout out to Versarex. Big thank you to him. I'm sure Blonde's going to correct me now on how many exact subs that he actually did gift.
Yeah, he's already typing.
Yeah, I can see it.
Be,
I can see it.
Ruining our fun.
In a second. Yeah.
Upside down repel even with the Blackbeard to come down and spotting out the evil eye right there. Will have to be dealt with. There's Aztec now trying to find out if there's actually anybody playing in the CEO area. That's not going to be the case. There's going to be one on yellow stairs though. Very hard position to clear out right there. You basically want to have a Capital if you want to be dealing with the top yellow player. If you want to get control of yellow stairs, that is. It's not going to be the case. The repel-ins are now coming in. You see a barricaded door. That's going to be information that will be given away to NSG right now that indeed they are going to be coming from console. Blackbeard going back on the roof. Might actually go for the balcony, it looks like, onto A. It's a very good position to play in as well.
Yeah, so like they need to go to the balcony to clear the bandits off the projector wall.
Oh,
This
yeah,
was
that's
such a
well.
this was such an issue last time, which seemed so unnecessary. I don't understand why Endpoint took so long to get this bandit charge off the wall. And again, like this is still taking so long to get this bandit charge off the wall.
I don't know
so...
why NSG is not running the same as they did last time, is put one person in there and then put a shield so they cannot actually clear out the bender wires. Because that worked so well against Spice, and they're just not doing it right now. But it's going to be a Panda to get the first frag. Instantly retraded, though, by Arya, who is outside. Will get the kill onto Aztec as well. That's the Blackbeard now off the board. Will be picked up most likely by Izzy. Actually has to get picked up. Manages to stay alive. There comes the C4. Izzy will stay alive for now. 1 HP on Arya. The question is, will someone be able to deal with this player, or is she going to be able to just rotate back all the way safely upstairs? And if that's going to be the case, that might just as well be a round-winning move right there from Arya. Midnight hoping to catch her off guard, but she already moved back up to the yellow stairs right now. Spots are coming down, and as she find themselves in a good spot to bring in round number 4. The war is still not won with that, but it's definitely going to be a start for the comeback. But it's going to be Midnight at the end anyway to take down Arya. The 1 HP operator to be gone off the board right now. They're going to be aware of the fact that someone's playing near bathroom. As they heard the owl, the 5.56 to go on, and once again, there's little to no time left as Barbara's moving in. Will get picked up right there by Disaster. 3-on-2 situation. Someone down, someone killed. 3-on-1. It's all up to Midnight and the 3-on-2, actually. No, it's not going to happen. It's going to be Miss Marie to clean it up, and North Sea Gaming will win their 4th round, and that means that we are going to be coming back, possibly for NSG, if they manage to keep up this trend. If
I'm not, like, those team are doing fine there, like, with their Horde and they're reacting to that well, but, like, what was happening there from Endpoint, right? Like, you have everything going for you in that scenario. It's taking you 2 minutes to just shoot a bandit charge. Like, how is that happening? It's taking so, like, and it's not like that was a new thing at all. Like, the exact same thing happened the last time they tried to clear here as well. Things need to happen so much quicker for Endpoint. They're having such an issue on stalling. Like, they had that last time as well. We talked about their downstairs clear. Like, they had a good roam clear, right? Went in with that downstairs push initially. But, like, you know, it's so slow. And they're taking so long with all of this. And I feel like they would just, they pick up the pace a little bit. They just, you know, relax. Look at what their objectives actually are. Then we'd be doing a lot better with it. But, you know, we're actually going to be going for the split bomb site, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting one. Always like to see it happen, as you actually managed to pull it off yesterday. So this might be the way to actually fight back for them. It's going to be interesting to see if this is what they need to make sure that they are getting back into the game. Because if they win this one, it's suddenly 5-6, and it's quite doable to get back into a 6-6 situation. So nothing lost here. And that is,
yeah, I mean, I like this from Nossi. Like, go to an offsite, you're clearly, things are just not working for you on the core sites right now. Like, everything's just working against you. The holds aren't going well. Endpoint's roam clear has been pretty good as well, on top of all of that. So, it's, I like this from NSG, especially as well, like, you have a Pulse down here, you have a Mozzie down here, you have plenty of, like, Nitro abilities as well to try and clear this out. I'm interested in what Endpoint want to do here, because it kind of looks like they want to do a garage take, which, you know, isn't unusual for this kind of site.
Activating drone. Definitely isn't. Like, of course, you're going to be downstairs, and if you actually clear it out, the bottom floor, it's going to be really hard for the likes of NSG to fight back, because the hatches are, I believe, reinforced by them. So that will only leave you with 1 or 2 staircases and basically 1 or 2 doorways to basically come back from. But first, we're going to be seeing the top floor clear to come down from 1 or 2 players from the likes of Endpoint, just to make sure that they don't need to worry about that. Indeed, I believe the hatches are reinforced, so if they manage to get to the bottom floor, it's going to be really hard for NSG to fight back. And that's why you see the setup like it is. You see 2 people on the bottom floor near the garage, you see 2 people up on the first floor at the piano side of things, because they know that if they want to go that way, they need to actually enter from that west side of the building. And that is why they're putting such heavy defenses there.
Aztec still holding from above up into the meeting room, see what she can do here for this roam clear. But again, things moving very, very slowly right now for Endpoint as they start to clear everything out. Arya's going to retreat as the Jackal tracks have come down successfully. Panda still holding this cross through onto benches. Grey Dogs have gone down as well to try and control the roamers, but again, so slow. Like, we need to be moving faster right now. But we're going to try and open up some vertical play here as well. We do have a buck on the board, but we have disaster below. And again, like, this is such a unique position for a pulse to be in. It's like the only map you can do this where you can pulse from the bottom floor to the top floor.
And be safe completely.
Yeah, and be completely safe. Such a hard area to contest.
You basically need to be like what Marie did, go down from the bottom floor, go down from garage and try to contest it there. It's a shotgun indeed. That's, I mean, I get it right here. Like, this is probably the one bomb site that's actually useful as well, because if they plant up there, you can just get the shotgun in. Right at Panda, hello. Taking down Miss Marie. That's going to be a very important fragger off the board. It's also the Legion gun. But look at the time, only 40 seconds left. So that means that we shoot soon. They will have to move in. And she have a very good opportunity of getting this, but as they're actually going to be planting on top of the desk, it's going to be really hard for them to actually get the kill with the C4 if it's not placed correctly, and it will be, actually. We'll be getting up that diffuser right there. It's now Midnight with 1 HP to try and recover the diffuser, but
the diffuser's bugged!
There's no way to get
it. Got it.
It's still going on. It's an emotional roller coaster to go around. Aztec managed to pick up one, actually gets it down, tries to secure it, but won't be able to actually focus on it. It's now a 1-on-4 situation. Does the revive go down? No, it doesn't, because they all they need to do is clear it out. But Midnight swaps over, and NSG managed to pick up the round. And they seem to be getting back into it. ENDPOINT had 3 match points, and now it's going to be only 1 left before we are heading into overtime.
Maybe you can clarify for this for me. I'm not sure how that nitro killed the planter in that scenario.
I believe the butt was sticking out. It was placed.
Is that how the hit scan works?
The
on that
explosion goes up, right? So
yeah.
If your butt sticks out from the desk and it's placed on that side, then you'll actually get blown up. So if it was on the other side of the table, then it would have been a safe plant.
It seems like
50-50.
To me, it seems like it shouldn't have mattered anyway, because she should have thrown the C4 through the vertical holes, right, rather than on the floor itself.
You had the holes there, so but maybe she felt like it was a bit too risky, or I mean,
it's risk reward, I suppose, but it worked out in the end for NSG. And with that surprise offsite, they have managed to find another defense win. They're 1 round away from bringing this into overtime and completely saving themselves here. Was it the Echo being brought out by Miss Marie? As we've seen North Sea Gaming with a lobby pressure and defense. This is going to be interesting. Yeah.
It's definitely going to be interesting, but they are going to have the Echo. They are going to have the Maestro. We've seen before how powerful that can be. No IQ on the board right here for the likes of ENDPOINT. Haven't been too much of a fan. Like, they haven't been the biggest fan of IQ. Have they even picked it once? Maybe once, but it's all about. I can't actually remember it. Oh well, doesn't matter at the end. Top 4 Roam Clear is sometimes going to be coming out as well. Most likely going to be coming out. Little castle barricades placed on the outside windows. That's something I'm not really a fan of, but looking at the lineup right here for ENDPOINT, that's actually a very good castle barricade, because they don't have these breaching charges, I believe. They also don't have an Asher Zofia to deal with it, and they don't have the sledge, so it's going to be taking a long time to actually open up all these barricades. We'll be giving them a lot of safe lines of sight, because they have been contested so often from the windows of CEO. Someone just waiting there for the flush to come through and just picking up the kills freely.
Yeah, not just that, but like you often see people just go to the console windows just to cut off the cross. We saw the same thing coming out from North Sea during their attacks, where they just cut off the cross completely. But it's going to be Arya with a jump out from Visa window. Is going to take Midnight off the board already. Your Habana going down and not being punished for it whatsoever.
Just a tiny bit of HP loss right there, but that's a big win right there. Hibana gone. Let's flashbang.
Also Midnight off the board. Big fragger for ENDPOINT.
Especially this game.
Yeah.
It's been having a really good game here, and it's going to be spelling good stuff for NSG as they're trying to fight back right here. Looked like they were done about 2-3 rounds ago. They managed to pick themselves back up. And they're storming towards an overtime right now, where they, hopefully for them, manage to take the map, because we don't want to see this end this soon. Even though ENDPOINT is definitely showing their worth, they're definitely showing what they can do. Right now, the spot is going to be coming down onto Arya. Arya rotating back out. They don't have to worry about her for now, as it will have, well, basically constant knowledge about her position. There he comes. Thermite charge comes down. That will force her actually to move out. Won't be able to do anything with the Maestro cam. They actually don't try to deny that camera either, which is a strange thing. It's there, but it will be useless in a couple of seconds, because it will be not even playing in that position anymore.
Yeah, no, that is very true, actually. Well, Panda will move through onto Projector and see what she can do from this position instead. There's 1 minute left remaining on the clock. We'll start to see Endpoint try and pick up the pace a little bit, but they are in a 5v4. They've not been able to find anyone in this room so far, but they do have this upstairs control now, and they can start to do the work from here. Barbara as well, holding down as well as a console, making sure that no one can flank up yellow stairs with her gridlock strike stingers. It looks like the drop should start to come through here sooner rather than later. Maybe an attempted plant should start to come down as well. There goes Arya, down but not out just yet. Endpoint really need to try and make a move here for their potential plant to go down. As he picks up Arya, however, finally, and turns this into a 4v4. This needs to be a very quick and very decisive attack from Endpoint if they want to even stand a chance at bringing this in.
There's little to no time left. It's almost impossible right now for Endpoint to do this. They will have to deal with it. There it comes. Diffuser now dropped by Lemon. Good kill right there coming in from NSG. NSG turning it all around right here after it looked like it was over, but it's going to be Panda to take down Disaster right now. Another kill comes in from Panda. Panda doing amazing things right here. They know exactly where it is, but the Yokai drones are going to be here to save the day. It's NSG to actually make it happen. No, she misses once, but the second one hits. And that brings it back eventually still to 6-6 as the Yokai drones were there to make sure that that actually went the way they wanted it to, and we're going to overtime.
Well recovered from North Sea to bring this into overtime.
Definitely.
Kept it consistent, kept going to different sites, kept trying new things, and yeah. One thing would be kind of critical of is the smoke position, right? Like, something we mentioned as well, like, there's no Thatcher on the board, and no one's been bringing Maverick at all. So, like, if you play a Bandit upstairs as well, like, you put a Bandit charge on that wall, like, there is no way to get the smoke out of that position whatsoever. It's going to be very, very difficult for that kind of go through. So, you know, we'll see how it is going to be going down as we move into overtime. Look at the first round of this overtime as we've seen the upstairs attack yet again. Nossi start on the defense. And, again, we do see the Blackbeard being brought in the lineup here. But this did not work well at all.
Honestly, have to favor it because we had, was it 4 rounds or was it only 2 rounds on defense? Actually, I'm confused now. Only 4 rounds, right? It was 4 rounds on defense for both the teams.
Yeah. So
North Sea does have the small advantage right here, but it will really depend on how this round will go. If Endpoint is going to be able to make something happen right now, if they're going to be able to get North Sea Gaming to, well, fall and tremble underneath their pressure, they're going to be able to close it out next round. But it's going to be a question, of course. NSG will be coming off of their defensive house, so they're kind of in this groove already. They can just continue what they were doing, and they managed to get 3 rounds consecutively. All they need to do is just put up 1 more right here to themselves in the best spot they can be at.
Well, we'll see. Aztec, of course, we'll be moving to that console side position. So a lot of drones are going to be coming out across the board as well. We've seen North Sea getting increasingly aggressive across the course of this series, and it's kind of culminated in a lot of jump outs, especially from players like Arya as well. So we'll see exactly how that is.
Arya get a lot of kills with the jump outs. Like, yeah. Basically, as soon as she started jumping out, the comeback
could go for a nitro here onto the garage door. I think that's exactly what she's going to do here, actually. As she waits for the kind of a console repel.
Oh, she's going to run out from there?
Yeah.
Such a cheeky.
Yeah, no, there we go. She's going to nitro it. She's going to go for the run out as well. Desperate to try and find someone, but nope. You're not going to be on the console side of repel, and she's not going to be rewarded with that at all. Aztec is now going to be very worried about that kind of run out.
Oh, man. They were ready for it. They were ready for the run out, so they tried to bait it. And well, 1 minute is now passed on the clock, and we slowly see Endpoint taking control of the areas that they need right here to make this happen. Sken's now coming through right there onto Arya, who did that run out, so she will be hunted for a bit. The fugitive right now of the likes of NSG, trying to stay alive, trying to escape law. As slowly but steadily, Endpoint is still moving forward whilst their, well, detectives are on the case, so to say. Detective Jackal. Setup is setting up.
Drones are coming out heavy across the board from Izzy to see what's exactly going on to the site, as Aztec has moved around instead to this kind of admin side push to do what she can. Kalisa taking a lot of hits right now. He's been forced to kind of give up this connected position as well. Arya looking for the jump outs as well. Doesn't have a nitro cell remaining, of course, as she did use it on that garage jump out, but getting ready for any kind of jump outs that she can do. Panda's going to be very worried about that as well, indeed, as Miss Marie's moved downstairs, and quite a lot of members of North Sea are downstairs right now. So a push for the plant is very, very possible.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be happening soon as well, but Arya is going to be ready for that run out. Panda is just waiting for it to happen as well. Sound comes in, Arya moves out, Arya gets pre-fire but won't be picked up. With 35 seconds left on the clock, that means they now will have to move in soon. Arya manages to find a kill right here onto the Jackal. That's going to be detrimental. It's Panda now gone. Izzy won't be able to go for the refrag, but they will have to jump in soon as Miss Marie now also picks up Barbara. It's going to be starting to end right here. And as Izzy right now needs to be pulled out a Goo Needle, also needs to put down the plant. And it's going to be disaster right here to fall.
Nice.
Midnight comes in clutch. That is a very important kill right here to stop whatever is happening. There is no echo on the board. The plant will be going down. Aztec picks one up. Miss Marie manages to not hit the shots right there onto the planter. And this round is going to be an after plant right now. Izzy is down after the plant comes through. But Aztec will be changing up one with that Blackbeard as well. And the question is there track stingers in place to make sure that Arya's roam will not be successful? Or will it be over? No, there is track stingers, so they will know when she starts moving up or she will die trying to do so. There we go. Actually, here, you should be aware of that, Aztec. Almost loses the gunfight right there, but will manage to stay alive. And it's all up to Kalisa now in a 1-on-2 situation. This round had to be NSG's if they want to be actually having a good shot at winning this one, because right now it's Endpoint turning it all around. There's only like 10 seconds left on the clock. Kalisa needs to move. Won't even be able to pick up one frag. There's going to be Aztec right there with a very huge round. I believe that was 3 or 4 kills from her.
It was a 4K from Aztec, yeah. So the Blackbeard definitely doing a lot of favors, especially in that post-plant scenario as well, to be able to put them on the edge. And now Endpoint looking very, very, very good right now. The last time that North Sea went to OT on Consulate, it was purely attacker-sided. So maybe we'll see something a little bit different here, but we'll see a downstairs defense coming out once again from Endpoint. And North Sea have not actually done too bad with this attack, right? Like they've been able to get into the site almost every single time.
Yeah, but they weren't able to deal with the full Eye and Yokai drone combination.
That's the issue.
Marie will have to focus on that, and the problem is now they have been 7 rounds in a row onto defense, so they basically are a bit out of the attacking groove, right? So it's going to be they're going to have to settle again in the actual mentality. They're going to have to change the way they think again. As Miss Marie will now actively have to hunt about that Yokai drone, something that they basically failed to do during the last time they came here. So they're going to have to change things up now. Make sure that they actively call that they have to take care of the Yokai drones before they actually push it, before they manage to go for the plant.
Yeah, this like Maestro Echo combo is so difficult to deal with because you have like almost a minute worth of denial right there. So yeah, but I mean you have an IQ for a reason. This was like the big issue, right? I mean you just said like Miss Marie's gonna have to be very vigilant about that kind of thing. Obviously like you can put Echo drones into some very awkward spots here, especially like where the black car and the white van are concerned. Like especially like behind the tires as well. Very, very difficult to try and shoot them off the spot there.
Yeah, what we saw them do is actually put it under the white fan and just move it out at the moment was actually needed.
Exactly.
And it's very hard to get it. Like you need to call that to your termite that actually has the opportunity to then shoot it when he opens up the wall. But if you're not doing that, then those yokais will stay alive and will actually come back at the very last 30 seconds or something. Make sure that the plant doesn't come down. Quick rotate here from Panda, just quickly forfeiting the top 4 right there.
We've seen decent roam gaming coming out from both Midnight and Panda, and we kind of mentioned as well, roaming and just generally like keeping active on the roam and moving from point A to point B. Very, very easy to do on Consulate. There's like just 3 staircases that go from the basement to the top floor. You've got to be very, very vigilant about that kind of thing. And also Panda has managed to find a drone of her own on the board as well, so it's gonna make things even easier.
There's definitely a lot of well, it's definitely gonna be easier. There comes the entry yet? Maybe? No, not as of yet. We are going to have someone coming in from Printer, though. Let's see how fast it will be before the rest of NSG will be entering the building.
He's going to try and just shy open over these areas onto Piano to try and get these bandits off the wall, of course. Izzy's still playing below with her life as drones are going to be going out into Piano, making sure there's no one in here, so they're free to try and repel it in. And Miss Marie's going to be able to do exactly that. Let's get the bandit charges off the wall, and also make sure that the bandit cannot contest this area whatsoever. No frags on the board just yet for either team. This disaster should be able to get this wall efficiently. Izzy hopefully is going to try and impact trick that, and to bandit trick that. And of course it won't go down at all. Miss Marie will start to open up the floor as well. Midnight, however, picks up the first frag off the board from Projector.
cheers upstairs. That's a very detrimental thing right now for NSG to deal with, because they're going to have to clear this out, because otherwise it's going to be coming back to haunt them at some point. Miss Marie picking up the heart breach there, or at least one of them. The wall, of course, has been opened up, so that's not too bad. Now they will have to deal with the ADS before they can actually take care of this actual Maestro Chem. There he goes. There's one piece of utility gone. There's still another Maestro Chem that they can use. Midnight now slowly moving down onto the yellow stairs. There could be a potential double kill to move up soon. Disaster now coming in to go for the plant, and they will be getting this call, and we will see Midnight pacing it up a little bit, trying to get down even more. But she's indecisive about it. Stun comes through. Panda picks up Khaleesi, and right now it is actually going to be happening right there. Maybe the plant is going down. It's stuck.
Oh,
Said
no.
again. It's a 2-on-5. It seems like it's going to end. There we go again. There comes the kill as well for Mestag, and it's only up to Lemon, but she falls, and it's going to be Endpoint to take it all home. 8-6. They are going to be the number 3 in the league at the end of this whole series. After we saw a little bit of a spark coming up again in NSG, which they managed to turn into a flame, but as soon as it was 6-6, it just got ended right there by people like Midnight.
Almost an amazing turnaround. I mean, that's a hard turnaround to try and come through with, but they almost managed to pull it through. The complete upset, the reverse sweep coming out from North Sea, but no, Endpoint will shut it down in overtime. And again, that's going to be devastating for North Sea, losing Consulate twice in overtime, 2 days in a row. It's not good at all. What do you think of that, Brimstone?
Redemption was not in the cards. I can only imagine how North Sea feels here, because exactly like you just said, 2 days in a row, Consulate, their map, their choice, and they're not able to secure that victory. And both times in overtime, the first one being an 8-7 loss, this one being an 8-6 loss. Not that either one makes it any easier either way. That's a tough loss, especially for this third place match. You know, in most competitions, how you look at it, sometimes that's the toughest one because you didn't even secure a medal, as it were. I mean, you got to feel for them in this case. They looked a lot better early in the match, and then closer to the end of the match as well, but just not able to secure it out, unfortunately. But that does mean that we get a little bit closer to the grand finals as well. So some excitement there building. So I'll throw this to Hap. What was it, minor mistakes or was it major mistakes that cost North Sea Gaming?
Combination, I think. There was some major things that happened.
And was it the spectacular play of Endpoint? I mean, they surprised
Endpoint
us
is
there.
definitely great. Like, the thing is, what I'm going to be saying here is, like, they gave away signs that communication of NSG was not on point. It was not like it was yesterday, right? Things like people checking the wrong... one person gets killed from your back, and you keep on walking straight forward whilst you should be turning around. Or you should be holding, for example, that was Visa stairs at that point. Someone just got killed from that. Why are you running past that? Stuff like that. So the communication is not on point at that point. You're also having a substitute, which makes it a bit harder because you didn't practice as much with her as you would with your normal team. So that also is coming into play. And then when little mistakes start building up, right, it's just going wrong and wrong and wrong, and your mentality could potentially shift down. And when they started going in that comeback, I actually was like, okay, this is good. This is good for the confidence. And you saw the communication going up as well. But a lot of it was actually, like, especially early in the match, was to blame based on what seemed like communication issues. And during overtime, it was just Endpoint being superior.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a quick look at the brackets as well here. Get a look at that. So we have an idea of what we've seen so far today. Of course, now Endpoint taking that 2-0, securing that third place. Congratulations to them. That was a well-fought victory. Definitely showing that they were the better team today over North Sea Gaming. But now coming up, Team Queen versus Spies. Obviously, Team Queen being the favorite to come into it. But if there's any team in these playoffs so far that has shown that they could do it, or even the season, if you look back at Spies' work throughout the season, I don't think it's going to be... I wouldn't be surprised if Spies gets a map, let alone has that slim possibility of actually winning it. What do you think, Sternab?
It's gonna be interesting. I think it's all down to the map bans, right? Queen is like one of those teams that they're just leagues ahead of everyone else right now. They're undefeated. You can look at like other teams and you can go, oh well, you know, they lost on this map, they didn't do well on this map, but they've done well on these maps. So you can kind of like try and predict the map bans, and we predicted what map bans were going to go down with the cafe and the coastline bans, right, from each team, and the bank ban as well. So like, you know, you look at those kind of things and it's obvious. With Queen, they can literally go anywhere. They've had a super dominant season throughout. I don't think they're going to be very worried at all about going into this matchup. Best of 3 is obviously very, very different, and I thought it might have been a factor, but they absolutely wiped the floor with Endpoint. Like, it was not even close.
Definitely. Well, I don't want to keep anyone any longer. I'm sure everyone needs a breather, needs a break after that nail biter of a match there. So what we will do is flip to a break. Stick around, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, go to the washroom, whatever you need to do. We've got the EU Grand Finals coming up. Team Queen versus Spies in just a little bit. We'll see everyone then.
A star has no roots to hold it, no living, lonely entity to lose. To and fro it floats in the light of the sky like a water lily, and fades on the blue flood of day.